Yo, what's going on, chat? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody Saturday going, man? What's up, chat? What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's good? Hey, real quick, shout out to Albert, man. Oh my gosh. Shout out to Albert. I appreciate you, dog. Thank you so much for the $15 super chat to start things off. That's crazy. Before I even popped on the screen. Appreciate y'all, man. What's up, Chantel? What's up, Chicken? TJ, Sam, what up, what up, what up? Albert, obviously. Tiger. Avis. What's good, Avis? Let me see. James. Leo. What's going on, everybody? Hey, Mr. Watts. Hello, Mr. White. Wagwan, what's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? Man, guys, we have an interesting stream. It's gonna be chill. Hopefully there are no crash outs attached to this stream, you know. What's up, James? Hey, nothing much, man. Just chilling, you know. Just chilling, relaxing. Saturday has been pretty chill. It's been okay so far. The wife and I went to the gym, and that was honestly the highlight of my Saturday. Played a little Call of Duty Warzone, etc., etc. Oh, excuse me. You were actually saying hello to my... Well, excuse me. Sorry, TJ. Hey, man, it's hard. It's hard keeping up with all these messages, all right? It's hard to keeping up with the chat, all right? Give me a break. Well, fuck you too, TJ. How about that? That's my welcome to you. Fuck you. You said, nah, there got to be one crash out. What is up with y'all and wanting me to constantly crash out? It's like you guys are constantly laughing when I am just seriously pissed off. Y'all think it's so funny. Hold on. Plugging the fan in again. Gotta make sure I don't hit my head. Because like I said, it gets hot in here. Let me turn this down a tad. Because I know y'all hear that in the mic. Ooh, but that shit feels so good, though. Yeah, I got a fan right here. I ain't gonna lie. I like to sit it like right there, like where, like almost near my balls. Because, you know, I be getting, you know, swamp balls down there. You feel me? Too much information. Anyway. First thing that we're going to talk about today, guys, is the Amazing Lucas. Apparently, the Amazing Lucas went to basically make some content with the HodgeTwins, and I guess they had a conversation, and apparently it did not go well. And now the HodgeTwins are basically saying that they are not even going to release the video. So I just want to hear what the Amazing Lucas has to say about this situation, and maybe he's going to give us some like insight as to like what happened. So yeah, I'm very curious. If I know anything about the Amazing Lucas, is that when he talks about these things, he usually come with facts. So I know the HodgeTwins are not two people that like to live in reality. They don't like dealing with facts. And when you bring them facts, they just dismiss it. So that being said, let's get into it. If I can get my damn headphones. No, we are going to talk to you about not being FBA. Oh, here we go, bro. Look, if you want to see me crash out, invite that dude to the stream. Invite him. Cause that shit was annoying. Talking about some out. Oh God. That FBA dude was so fucking annoying, man. Can you guys imagine? Imagine somebody telling you where the fuck you came from. This man told me that my grandparents immigrated to the United States. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You don't know me? You don't know me. And then he was like, take off your hat. Your forehead would let me know if you're an FBA or not. I'm like, yeah, all right. Yeah, that dude was annoying. I hope he doesn't come back. If he does, y'all let me know ASAP in the comments. Let me know. All right, anyway, Amazing Lucas.
mein Guten.
Leo, that's who we talking about.
So many of you may not be aware, but I did a podcast with the HodgeTwins about a few days ago, okay? And it got pretty heated because they got exposed, right? I made them look like Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I made them look like the Sambo soldiers that they are. Now, for some reason,
Sambo soldiers. Hey, hold up now. Sambo soldiers. I like that. I'm gonna have to start using that. Sambo soldiers? Oh man. Yeah, that's a good one.
people keep on underestimating me.
I count 2 guns, nigga.
And they hit me up. I'm like, yo, what are we talking about? He's like, okay, we're gonna be talking about this. Let's get a date. I'm like, bet, right? I'm in LA, they in Vegas. So I spend time, I spend money to come to this podcast. There's me, the HodgeTwins, this other black guy, another black guy, and then this Arab, right? The Palestinian. And we're going back and forth, and eventually it's looking bad for them. Now, in my experience, whenever it's looking bad, you usually have someone who tries to come in and, save the video. We've seen this before when it's like, what's his name? Sam Cedar versus Steven Crowder. And right, they were rushing when they saw it was Sam Cedar. People were rushing.
Oh, there he is. Oh no, Sam Cedar. What a nightmare. I had no idea this was going to happen.
I actually do not know what happened in that debate.
I thought Ethan was a stand-up guy. This is where we are. Yeah, I told Dave. Remember I told you?
So they're getting blasted because I'm bringing up data. I'm bringing up facts. They clearly don't understand per capita versus raw numbers.
Look, and it is so easy to disprove, right? It's so easy. But when you actually hit people with facts, they love to deter. Oh, but no, black people per capita. It's like these people hear these talking points and they don't even actually understand what the fuck they're talking about. They don't. They're just saying it just to say it. And the HodgeTwins, I know they're trash pandas, okay? I know that they are. But I want to say that it started as a grift for sure. Because they don't understand half that. They're fucking slow, bro. They don't understand half the shit that they're saying. They just know they have to dunk on black people in order to get an audience. They even said it themselves. They said they have to pander to white conservatives. That's what they said.
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
Because I asked them, hey, can you give me a stat for black people? And they're like, 1350, 13%.
Oh,
I'm like, okay,
God.
Watch this. Can you give me a stat for white people?
And what did they say? What did they say? I said the same thing. I say the same thing all the time because people want to throw these stats around about black people, but can you give me any stats about white people? Can you give me those stats? No, of course not. Because that's their audience. Why would they talk shit about their audience?
Well, if they commit 50% of crime, that means they must commit the other rest, right? Right? They didn't have anything, bro. I'm like, that's the point. That right there. So then I go off listing, hey, well, white men,
what's up, Brandon?
when it comes to crime,
not
when
really.
it comes to per capita, when it comes to larceny, when it comes to trafficking, right? Which is what we're dealing with Epstein. When it comes to vandalism, when it comes to embezzlement, when it comes to, right? I'm listing a whole bunch of crimes per capita that are white men, and they're getting upset. Oh, right, when it comes to bestiality.
Bestiality is crazy.
What's the bestiality? How many people is that, right? Doesn't matter. The point that I was making is that you're highlighting this one stat, right? And we're not even looking at the exonerations. We're not looking at the false imprisonments. We're not looking at, we're not looking at any of that. The point is,
all they care about is arrests. That's all they care about.
Trying to make us the face of crime. I'm like, yo, you looking at one crime. We look at a litany of things, right? And I go and tell them, well, you name me the black person that caused your interest rates to go up. You name me the black person that caused the depression. You name me the black person that caused the recession. You name me a black person that caused your house to be deflated in value. You name me the black person that did that. Then I get them, I'm like, yo, you tell me, because they're just really like losing it. But they getting slayed, bro. They getting slayed. That's what's happening, bro. This is light work for me, right? This is because both of them they share a brain cell. Okay, they passing the brain cell back and forth so they can talk to me. that's what's going on. I'm like I'm not even worried at all. So I ask him again. I'm like, yo, can you name me how black racism, because that's what they want to say. Oh, everyone's racist. Okay, I was like, can you name me how black racism has negatively impacted white people as a whole?
Great question.
This mofo brings up, well, what about what about this story with the white girl and everything? I'm like, that's.
I know there's no way that they're talking about the Irina Zaruska story. There's no way. The dude was schizophrenic. How many times do we have to say that over and over again? The guy was schizophrenic. He was schizophrenic. It had nothing, what happened to Irina Zaruska had nothing to do with race. Oh, well, what about that? It had nothing to do with race.
Anecdotal. This mofo doesn't know what anecdotal means. As God is my witness, bro. I'm talking to actual retards, and that's why I tell them. I was like, this is borderline mental retardation. This mofo doesn't know what per capita means. This other mofo.
But you're quick to say it. But you're quick to use that talking point.
To know what anecdotal means. He's like, I'm telling you, this is proof. I'm like, that's anecdotal, fam. I'm talking about as a whole. He's like, oh, you just see race. And I'm like, what do you mean I just see race? This country was founded off of race, right? We look at the 1790 Naturalization Act. Y'all know what that is? No. I'm like, that's what they're spamming right now. How is white men of good stock, right? Good moral character. It wasn't until 1860 or whatever that birthright citizenship came involved. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yo, if they had not just been racist, if they had just paused on their racism, we wouldn't have to worry about all the immigrants and everything that's happening. They all said black Americans who are descendants from chattel slaves are now considered citizens, so be it. But that's not what they did, right? They said, well, anyone born here can be a citizen. And you see how Trump is trying to say exactly what they meant it for, as, hey, this wasn't supposed to be for everyone, it was supposed to be for them.
Right.
That's the point that I was making. They didn't like that. Then they're trying to tell me, oh, you just dealing in the past, right? Because of racism. So I'm like, okay, you're trying to act like the past doesn't have an impact on the
present. That's what I'm saying. And I don't understand. Why are we, so they are constantly trying to get rid of the past so that they don't have to address it anymore because they're sick of hearing it. But I mean, it happened. It happened. You can't erase the past. And yes, a lot of the things that happened in the past, it very well could affect the future, and it is affecting the future. Like, come on, man. It's like, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I want to say they know these things. But then again, maybe not. Maybe not. Actually, no, fuck it. We're not going to give them the benefit of the doubt, because why did they invite the amazing Lucas onto their show in the first place when they know the type of content creator he is, when they know the type of person he is? Somebody that likes to bring up statistics, facts. He's going to call you on your bullshit. Why did they even think this was a good idea? And this probably went so poorly on their end. That's probably why they don't even want to basically put the interview up in the first place. Shout out to Scally. I appreciate you, man, for the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Sup, fam? Late, but I showed up. LOL. Here's a gift. Appreciate you, dog.
The future, and these dingleberries told me no.
Okay, so look. Mr. KP said they thought they could tag Team Lucas, right? So the thing is, if you tag team somebody, right? Okay, let me put it to you this way, right? If you have one brain cell and you like Amazing Lucas said, if you have one brain cell and you passing it back and forth to each other, it's not gonna help. You don't have it. This may have well been a one-on-one debate, actually. It may as well been a one-on-one debate. Because they're both slow.
Now, I did a whole live stream of this after, because I was
blown
away by the stupidity. Now, impact on the present or the future, and these dingleberries told me no.
So yes, they believe the past has no impact. That's crazy.
Now, I did a whole live stream of this after because I was blown away by the stupidity. Because I said this, I'm dealing with the sea of stupidity. That's what I said. Now, I want you to understand, while I'm giving them this work, we have the Palestinian, the pale white Palestinian who's interjecting, right? Trying to say, well, that's not true. That's not true. Oh, what about white people? Oh, it's white people bad, huh? White people. I'm like, who is this? So throughout the interview, I'm telling him, have him have a seat. Tell him to have a seat. So he keeps on interjecting. He's like, you don't want any of that. I was like, no, I do. I do want some of that, bro. Tell him to have a seat. Because he keeps on peanut gallery, right? Oh, that's not true. Oh, this and that. Oh, what study is that? And I'm like, whose man is this? And he's doing this throughout the interview, right? Throughout the interview. It's literally 3 versus 1. But every single time I address him in his peanut gallery, they get on me. Hey, it's not, he's not in this. I'm like,
he's not in this, but he's constantly talking. So he is their person to run interference because they're too stupid to give actual responses,
How y'all conduct the interview? Does he interject like this? And they're like, yeah, sometimes. I'm like, as frequent though? They're like, yeah, right. Now, we know, as I said before, the only time someone interjects is if you lose in the fight.
Yes,
if
absolutely.
you lose in the fight, that's when somebody comes in and tries to, that's what he's doing, because they're getting blown out. So I'm trying to ignore him, but the first time, he was like, oh, we're all N-words, right, to the Jews. And I'm like, what the F did you say, right? I get it. I'm not allowing someone to just say the hard R, right, in my presence. Now, no one else responded to it. The 2 black men that were sitting down didn't respond to it. The twins didn't respond to it. I'm the only one. So I'm in a room full of Sambo soldiers, bro. And they have this Palestinian. He talks about how he fled Palestine because of what was going on and now he's with his family. But he said to the Jews, we're all inward. I'm like, you don't say that, right? I don't want to hear that word come out of your mouth, bro. And you have this black man. He's been on videos with the twins before. You have him trying to say, hold on. Because I said, I'll smack I told him I smacked the
He said, hold on. I hope he didn't say that. The black dude said that context matters when using the hard ER. No, not really. Not really. Now, if the context was maybe like him singing a song, maybe that'd be different. But we're just having a conversation and you just naturally throwing that word out. Nah, I'm not a trash panda. I'm gonna have an issue with that too. You're not gonna say that around me. I mean, no. What are you talking about? Like, and the fact that every black person in the room besides Lucas was okay with it is fucking insane. What's up, Nicole?
Ish out of him. I let him know that you don't do that or there's gonna be a physical repercussion.
Could be.
Now,
fuck around and find out.
The HodgeTwins were like, no, you're not. I was like, listen, you want to bet? I was like, I bet you. I told them, I was like, hey, there's no one in this room that's going to be able to stop me from putting hands on him. No one. And they're like, that's not true. I'll be able to stop you. And I was like, okay, let's count to 5 and test that, right? You want to count to 5? That's what I told them.
I count 2 guns, nigga.
I was like, let's count to 5. That's when the black dude started. He's like, everybody calm down. Calm down now. Calm down. Now, Lucas, he wasn't calling you that. It was the context. I said, I don't give a fuck F about the context. I don't want to hear the N-word coming from this non-melanated, non-black person. I don't want to hear them. Okay? It's simple as that. So we're getting into it. We go back to the podcast, right? We're going back to the interview. And I tell him, I was like, because it's Keith and I forgot the other one, because I forgot their names. I don't know their freaking names. I don't care. I don't watch their show. And that's why I started off the podcast saying, they're like, so do you watch our show? I was like, no, I don't watch your show.
What's the point? You don't have to watch their show to know what their show is about or what they're going to be talking about. All they do is talk about black people and liberals. That's it. That's all they talk about.
Because they were asking, well, what do you think is the difference between us and you, right? Because they were trying, I think it was Kevin, he was trying to pronounce differentiation, and he couldn't pronounce it. He was like, what's the differentiation? I was like, well, one is that I can pronounce differentiation. That's one that separates us, okay, first off. But
that's
going
petty.
Back to the past impacts the present and the future. I was like, Keith, that's the other one, Keith. I was like, Keith. I was like, do you fly? He was like, yes. I was like, do you do TSA? He was like, yes. I was like, where do you think that
This
came
is such a good example. That's a great fucking example. That's beautifully done. Because that's true. One of the reasons as to why we have actually the main reason why we have TSA is because of 9/11. That's exactly why. We got more security because of 9/11. That's a fantastic example. Yes.
from? That came from 9/11. And they were like, what does 9/11 have to do with anything? I was like,
Oh my god. Oh my god. So you mean so they did not understand the example? That is a perfect example of the past affecting the present. Like, what are you talking about? We have these precautions because of what happened in the past, because we do not want that to happen again. It's not that hard to understand. What's up, Lucy?
9/11, right? The reason for that is what caused the Patriot Act. Okay,
Correct.
That's why we have the TSA.
Yep.
He was like, that's how it impacts your life. This man looked at me and said, no, it doesn't. And I'm like,
So, okay. That's somebody that just doesn't want to be wrong. Like, you just don't want to be wrong at that point. And with those type of people, there's no point in having conversations with them. There's no point in having debates with them, because they can't acknowledge that they're wrong, or they can't acknowledge when somebody else is correct. And that example was perfect. It was perfect. It cannot get, matter of fact, it can't get any more simple than that. Because, I mean, yes, it's a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? It's smaller in scale, but it's a perfect example because you fly a lot. You have to use TSA. You can't just walk to your gate, you know?
do you not go through TSA? He was like, no, I go through TSA.
Aren't you Patrick Star?
Do you have to go through the scan and they take off your shoes and stuff? He's like, yeah.
So that affects you.
This is your ID.
Then it impacts your life. He's like, no, it doesn't. I still get to fly.
It impacts your life because you still have to go, you have to physically go through TSA. And that is a result of 9/11. That's all the amazing Lucas was saying. It's not hard to understand, bro.
Then take it.
It's not my wallet.
And that's what I was like, okay, this is borderline
Retarded,
retardation.
yeah.
You're telling
said
me
it, I
because
didn't
you
say
get to fly, TSA doesn't impact your life. And it's like, it obviously does impact your life. What are you talking about?
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
Yeah, I was just awestruck by the level of stupidity that was on display. And it came to racism, right? Because I brought up the study where it talks about, hey, there's a father in the household, that, there's a mother in the household, they live in an affluent neighborhood, right? They're good income, that one of the factors that will determine if the child will go to prison, okay, is the racial bias of the people around them, the racial bias of the white people around them.
Sure.
They lose it. Oh, I don't believe you. I don't believe that. I'm like, you can look it up. What are you talking about? Then this fool starts interjecting whatever. I was like, why don't you shut the F up? Like, that's what you need to do. Shut the F up. So he says something like blah, 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 F and N word.
Ooh! 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 Ho, 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 ho. I can see why they not posting this interview. Guys, after this live stream, I want y'all to go spam the Trash Panda twins, and I want you to demand that they put out that goddamn interview. They need to put it out.
What did you say, nigga?
I'm like, that's when I get up. That's when I get up. I said, what the F did you say? I said, what the F did you say?
Yo.
The HodgeTwins get up. They're like, hey, why are you going towards him, man? Why you getting in his face? I was like, I'm not getting in his face.
Okay, you invited me on as a guest. We already established that I don't like him saying that, but you are going to let him say that again. And matter of fact, he's a terrible employee because he obviously knows at this point that that the guest doesn't like him interjecting, right? So if I was him, I would shut the fuck up. I'd shut the fuck up. I wouldn't say that much more. I wouldn't say anything else. But like, all right, the guest doesn't want me to interject. I won't interject that much for the sake of the HodgeTwins podcast because they are my employer. And then you know that he doesn't like you saying the N-word, but you're going to say it again after he said, I'm going to fight you. Yeah, you're stupid. You're dumb. You're dumb because he told you he was going to seal off on you. And that's why he got up. And then the HodgeTwins going to be like, hey, man, why you getting up? Why you walking towards him? Because I'm going to beat his ass like I told you I was going to. This shit is not a game. I told you. What up, bro?
Him a question. I said, I'm asking him, hey, what the you say? So now I got the HodgeTwins in front of me, right? The dynamic is insane. I got two black men, right, in front of me protecting a pale Arab Palestinian who had just called me a hard R. Because before he was trying to say, well, I meant it in the context that we're all, N-words. This time he was using it to disparage me, right, as a pejorative. And he was trying to say, why are you getting so upset? Why are you getting so upset? This is what the Arab guy is saying to me, right? Because I got the HodgeTwins right here. They trying to bury it. I don't give. Now, if I really wanted this stuff to pop off, that wouldn't matter to me. But I'm like, why don't you? I was like, staying on 10, be a man.
Yeah.
Say what you said. Didn't you say it? He was like, yeah, I said it. And that's when the HodgeTwins was like, it's just a word. And then then we get into the conversation about it's just a word. He's like, you can't allow that word to impact you. I was like, what do you mean I can't allow that word to impact you?
Oh my
What are you
fucking
talking about? That's
gosh.
the whole point of freaking words is that they have meanings, right? If I'm getting upset by the words he's using.
Your entire motherfucking side was literally getting people fired because they were talking bad about your white zaddy Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk, we need to get these people fired. And they were fucking championing it. But it's just words, right? It's just words. Oh my gosh. Wow.
That doesn't mean that it's having, it's controlling me. That means I understand. That means he is trying to communicate to me, and I understand what he is trying to communicate. That's the same thing when y'all talk about what is a man, what is a woman, right? You can't just say, oh, it's just words, and then be like, well, a man is this and a woman is that. This fool Keith is like, well, that's not true. That's a different thing. He's like, you try to conflate things. You try to conflate the past with the present. You just like destiny. That's what you like.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So literally, anybody that is able to put them in their place, anybody that is able to literally combat their dumbass arguments, they're just instantly going to be branded as a destiny. And first of all, we don't even have to talk about Destiny in the hot. Like, he dismantled them, okay? Oh my god. Wow. Wow, man. I don't even know what else to say at this point. Yo, what up, Dal?
It was crazy. It was crazy. Long story short, they got embarrassed, bro. That's what happened. They got embarrassed, and that's what happens, because I get Keith, or is it Kevin? I get Kevin. Kevin's like, I was like, what are you talking about? What, that word is disparaging. If you know the history of that word, you know where that word come from? You know what that means? He was like, you know what? I was like, why don't you care? You should care, right? He's like, he's talking ill about black people. That's when no, not Keith, because Keith was on this side, Kevin. That's when Kevin comes out and says, I don't care about black people. I was like,
woo!
There we go.
That's it.
There we go.
That's it. That's it. That's literally it. That's literally it. And matter of fact, I really want them to put this out so bad. I want y'all to bombard them, man. Put the fucking interview out. Because at that point, there's nothing else that needs to be said. You are an official trash panda, like officially. We know you don't care about black people. We see the content that you make. Like, that's not a shot.
All right, glad you said it. I'm glad we got that on camera. He straight up said, I don't care about black people. And then he was like, and then he heard what he said. And then he was like, wait, let me clarify. Let me clarify. I don't care about any race. I don't care about any race. Get
the fuck out of here.
We're all just people. We're all just, I'm like, okay, all right. Mm-hmm. Right? Nothing to say, because you already exposed yourself. These are 50-year-old, out-of-shape men with families. They got kids and everything, and this fool's talking about he doesn't care about black people. I only care about myself. That's what they're telling me.
I miss you like a hog miss fly.
I'm like, well, there you go. That's the problem. That's the problem. And he was like, well, if you don't like the country, why don't you go to Africa? I'm like, why don't I go to Africa? Because that's what the Arab said. The Arab told me, they both said that to me, fam. Do you understand how much of a mind dazzle that was? To hear a Palestinian who had just fled, right, tell me, after criticizing what's going on in this country, and tell me, hey, why don't you go to Africa? Then you had Keith tell me, why don't you go to Africa? Okay, since we was kings and everything. I was like, why are y'all saying it like that, right? I was like, why did you say it like that? Are you aware of the history of Africa? Huh? Were there not kings in Africa? And he was like, I don't care about Africa. I don't know anything about Africa. I was like, then why you
telling me to go back to fucking Africa then if you know nothing about, man?
I don't know anything about Africa, huh? Why are you disparaging Africa? He was like, if you don't like it here, if it's so bad here, then go to Africa. I was like, what do you mean?
And I am fucking sick of people like that saying that. I am so sick of conservatives saying that, man. Oh, if you don't like it here, go back to that. First of all, extremely racist. Second of all, you can criticize the country that you are living in while still loving it. I love America, but I can also give it some constructive criticism because I know things can be better and should be better. Like, I hate when people say that dumbass shit.
What are you talking about?
Holy crap.
It's just, it was insane, fam. It was absolutely insane. And it got to the point where I was telling them, I was like, if you don't know anything about Africa, why you bring up Africa?
That's what I'm saying.
As if it's a bad thing. Furthermore, that mindset of just go to Africa, we wouldn't have this country if we had the same mindset that you two Sambo soldiers have. If we had the mindset of you don't like it, then leave, think about that. What if somebody told the Americans, the settlers, hey, when it came to the British, when it came to no representation, taxation without representation. What happened if somebody said what y'all said, hey, if you don't like it, just leave, okay? Just leave, man, what's the issue? I was like, no, what did they do? They threw that tea into the water, right? They fought. They bled.
That's
and
a fantastic point.
Because no, it was not about, hey, if you don't like it, then leave. We wouldn't have gotten as far as civil rights. We wouldn't have gotten affirmative action. We wouldn't have gotten the right to vote. And I started
And that literally goes along with what I just said. Oh, please, I want to hear the response.
All the laws. And they silent. They just, because I'm just exposing their ignorance. So anyways,
holy crap,
it ends,
man.
we take a picture. I'm like,
They took a picture?
Because the Palestinian dude, he wanted me to smile in the picture because they have like this wall of pictures that they have and everything. I'm like, I'm not smiling. All right, I'm like, the optics of me smiling.
It's crazy.
Right here
it's crazy. I didn't have a fucking good time. I was literally about to beat your ass, but you want me to. Fuck you think this is? You want me to smile? Smile for what? I didn't fucking have a good time. We didn't even have a good conversation.
It's horrible. I'm not doing that. So he's like, let's do another one. So I give him a little smirk. I'm like, he's like, okay, he smirked. But I'm not gonna smile, bro. What are we talking about, bro? Right? And they get upset because I was like, you guys, you have a comprehension problem.
Absolutely.
So Keith starts getting upset. Man, you done said I have a comprehension problem. You call me stupid. What I should have said is like, what are you getting so upset? I thought they were just words. What?
Oh, thank you. If they're just words, then no one should get upset when you're insulted, right? They're just words. Great point.
I should have said, but I blanked at the time. But yeah, I was like, you have a comprehension problem. You guys have a comprehension problem. It just is what it is. It's not my fault. And he was like, oh, see, you can't say anything to him because he thinks he knows everything. I'm like,
no,
you guys
you're just fucking stupid. You're just fucking dumb. It's not that I think, and I hate that. I hate that. That's another thing. Just because I'm knowledgeable on something and I'm like proving your dumbass talking points wrong, it doesn't mean I necessarily know everything. I just know which is nothing. You know nothing. I know that you know nothing. You don't know shit. So, of course, it's going to appear as if I know everything when you know dog shit. You don't even know what per capita means.
Wrong consistently.
Wow.
It's not my fault. If you say 1 + 1 is 4, and I say, no, that's wrong, okay? And I say it's 2.
Let me see. Shout out to Cass for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Hi everyone, I'm late, but I want to know Moosey and Nicole's new name. I've been looking forward for their fine commentary. Shout out to Cass. Nicole's name is still the same. Moosey's name, however, is Daddy It Hurts 69. I wish I was making that up, but I'm not. That's literally his name. Daddy It Hurts 69. If you're looking for Moosey, if anybody in the chat is looking for Moosey, that's Sherry said, yikes.
And you say that 4 plus 4 is 16. I say, no, that's wrong. And then you say 6 plus 6 is 37. I say, no, that's wrong. That's not me thinking I'm right. That's you just being consistently wrong.
Consistently wrong.
Damn. So that's what it all revolved around, right? And they're trying to tell me, oh, you should get your message out differently. It's the way you say things. I'm like, I don't give a F about how I say things. I say things the way I say things. Don't you guys say things the way you say things? Doesn't Candace and everyone else say things the way they say things? I'm not gonna, make my message or water down my message to make it more palatable for the masses, because it's not meant for the masses.
1000%.
And now that person who may likes me, they can then deliver the message in a different manner to their audience or to their social circle, and so be it. But I'm not toning down my rhetoric because you upset by it. That had nothing to do with me. Anyways, long story short, that was the gist of the interview we had. They got dog walked, bro. That's what happened. Okay, I don't know what they were expecting. I really don't know. But listen, 2 of them versus me, it still wasn't a fair
That's
fight.
why I said I really don't understand as to why they even invited him on in the first place. Hell, I was confused when they invited Destiny on. But you know what? Destiny is easier to dismiss, I guess, because of a couple of reasons, right? For one, Destiny, I don't know if he's gay or bi, but I know every time they bring up Destiny, they want to talk about his sexuality. It's easy to dismiss somebody if they aren't heterosexuals. You know, they always talking about his sexuality, and that was pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So Destiny is a little easier to dismiss. He's bi, okay.
Because both of them make up like a half of a man, okay? Both of them make up like a half of a brain, bro. And I'm being generous with the half, because it's probably like a quarter. But I don't think they understand the difference between a quarter or a half or a whole. But that's besides the point. Going to the point of this video, the reason why I give you that recap is because allegedly, right, the person who I've been in contact with, I believe is the same Arab guy, he told me that upon me leaving, they kicked him out and fired him.
Wait, what? Hold on. Before we get into that, Chris said, how is it easier to dismiss? Okay, so red pill guys especially, or conservatives in general, when they find out that you are not like heterosexual or you're gay or whatever, they will literally use that to dismiss all of your talking points. Oh, well, it doesn't matter what you say because you're gay. Like it, yeah. Like even Stevie has done it before. Myron does it all the time. Like, why are you listening to ABBA? He got milked by a woman. He's a sodomite. He's gay. People do this shit all the time. Not saying that ABBA is gay, but that's the tactic that they use. He got fired. That's crazy. Hold up.
The person who I've been in contact with, I believe is the same Arab guy. He told me that upon me leaving,
I said that
they kicked him out and fired him. And
hey, the twins kicked me out of the studio that night right after you left. Yesterday they called me and they fired me. They're not uploading the episode.
They don't plan on releasing the episode. They don't plan on releasing the interview. And that's really irritating. So I just want to let you all know, okay, I have the pictures to prove that I was there.
Wow.
You know, I have the emails, I have all that. But I did do the interview. I did fairly well. If I do say so myself, I held my own, okay? I held my own. But he said that they don't plan on releasing the interview. I think that's BS, okay? I think that's a hot pile of garbage. I'm hoping that this is a troll. That's what I'm hoping. I'm glad that fool got fired because he's racist. As simple as that.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about? The fact that 2 black men hired a racist is insane. An undercover racist is crazy. But nevertheless, that's what he relayed to me. I DM'd the HodgeTwins on Twitter. I was like, yo, where's the podcast? I got little, clips and pieces on my phone, but I don't have the full thing. When are you going to release it?
And they didn't.
So they haven't responded.
Yeah, I was about
I'm
to
waiting for a
say.
response. So I just want to be transparent because I know many of y'all were like, where's the interview, Lucas? We want to see the interview. I should have brought my own recording gear and everything, but like I told y'all before, I was like, this is, I wasn't really concerned about this. To be honest, it was very much, relaxing because they tried to tell me, oh, I thought this was a waste of our time. I was like, I'm sorry you feel that way. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. So that's where we're at right now. That's where they have the footage. Okay, I don't have the footage. If they want to release it, which I think they should, because I didn't get reimbursed for anything.
Right.
They didn't reimburse me for anything. They didn't even give me an Uber, fam. Much less for the flight none of that. So the least that they can do is release the interview. And I mean the unedited, raw interview. Because I don't lie. I have no reason to lie in situations like this.
You know why they're not going to release it, right? Because there is literally no amount of editing and chopping up that you can do to make those two fuck nuggets look good. There is no editing. So instead, they're like, guys, we can't put this shit out. You two are going to look actually stupid.
I tell like it is, okay? So I just wanted to put that out there and let y'all know where the interview is, what's the holdup, what's going on, just to be transparent with you guys. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think, whether or not believe. I don't know. What's the either or here? I just told you what happened. I'm sure there's a lot more here and there that I could have elaborated on, but that's the gist of what happened. I told you that, hey, they not. That's what I guess the editor, I don't know who he is, the sound guy, whatever. That's what he said. Waiting for a reply from them. We'll see what happens. If you all can hit them up and let them know to release, like the Snyder cut, they need they need to release the Lucas cut. That's what they need to do. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you have a disagreement, you know where to find me Thursday through Saturday, disagreement day. But if you enjoy the video, please feel free to like, share.
Hey man, matter of fact, I'm about to go on the let me see. I'm about to go on the HodgeTwins YouTube. Cuz I'm so curious if people are leaving comments. Let's see. Look, and it's just all bashing black people, man. Nah. Guys, go to their fucking page and tell these goddamn trash pandas that they need to release that interview, because that's crazy. You're not going to have me flying out somewhere and not actually, and like having me come onto your platform to make content, but you're not going to put it out. That's fucking wild. Nah, you gonna put that shit out. They need to release that shit ASAP. Oh my gosh. Yo, matter of fact, even if they made it a membership, people would buy it just to watch it. That would be Albert. That's actually smart. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. No matter what, people are probably going to clip it and send it around, I'm sure. But that will get more people to subscribe to your membership. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. Yeah, man. Also, real quick, shout out to the chat, man. We have 143 people in here right now. I appreciate y'all.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. But yeah, and let me just show y'all the HodgeTwins page real quick. Like it literally never stops. Like it's all bashing black people, man. It never stops. Look. The usual suspects terrorize McDonald's. See? That's all they talk about. And guys, unfortunately, we have to continue talking about racism. But this was also like a fuck around and find out situation, kind of. I don't know if you guys heard of this person. He's called Chud the Builder. So basically, what Chud the Builder does, just so that you guys know, he's a white man with a very thick, like, stupid looking mustache, and he approaches, Jesus Christ, he approaches black people, he antagonizes them, and he records them and just say, hey, look, they're chimping out over a word, they're chimping out, and that's his content. So he's constantly the aggressor. He's constantly antagonizing black people, and he's making content out of it, right? So just to give you an example of the type of content creator he is, I have a few clips for you, and we are going to watch. So this is the first one.
What do you mean?
So keep in mind here, right? He saw these black dudes just like, I guess, chilling in a fire lane or something like that, and he stared at them, and they looked at him and they said, well, what's the issue? Like, what's your problem?
What do you mean? He chimping out.
See?
He said, what's the issue? Because I looked at him.
And that's so crazy. That's how you know he's actually just trying to get a rise out of him. He's actually just trying to antagonize them for fucking content. And guys, keep in mind, he's the type of person to do this shit while he has a gun on him. That is the most pussy shit ever. How are you going to literally start fights, but you have a firearm? You are going to start fights, but just in case somebody's still off on your ass, you're going to shoot them. That is bitch shit. If you want to start something and you want to start a fight, finish it. Fight with these. Fight. Just fight. What's up, Blue Eagle?
He chimping out.
Put that phone down. Put
Why?
that phone down.
You don't like looking ugly?
Put that phone down, bitch ass boy.
Shut up, nigger.
Woo!
Come on, come do something. Come do something.
Put that phone
Pull
down.
up.
Oh, he got found.
Yeah, walk up.
Alright.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, alright.
They chimping out. They chimping out. Dumbass niggers.
Wow.
Dumbass nigger.
Wow.
Dumbass
Woo.
nigger. He's a nigger.
Woo!
He's a nigger.
All right. Yeah, he's throwing that around a lot.
Two of them. Two niggas.
Ah, my God.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Turn your fucking music down and don't park in the fire lane
Turn your music down. Do you guys even hear any music?
no more. That's what we're talking about. Don't park in the fire lane no more. Dumbass nigger.
See, and this is how you know he's fucking antagonizing them. It takes nothing to mind your own business. He could have just walked in the store and that's it.
Got that phone
We got. What do you mean?
Oh my gosh. Let's keep going. Let's see. So he tweeted this. He said, the free will that was granted to us all is essential for American society. A word is not harmful. Okay. However, when you string words together and make direct deadly threats, that becomes illegal. Sir, you literally walking up to black people and antagonizing them and calling them N-words with a hard ER. That's actually a hate crime. What are you talking about? And you're recording them too. This is a fucking hate crime. Anyway, he said, however, when you string words together and make direct deadly threats, that becomes illegal. Only a sub 70 IQ monkey would need help understanding that.
You know, they say, let the Lord's will be done. And then they say the Lord...
And they always want to bring Christianity into this shit to justify their racism. It's some of the most disgusting crap, man.
Lord gave us free will. So we have the freedom.
It's fine,
Doing
Scalar.
what we will, right? As long as it's not harming and abusing and hurting other people. And we drew a line in the sand that words don't harm you. Many years ago. Sticks and stones, buddy. This is the point. And if you don't agree...
Sticks and stones. Words don't... We just had this conversation when discussing the Amazing Lucas's video. But it's just so funny because you absolutely know that somebody has said something to you before. They got a rise out of you. Saying words don't hurt and sticks and stones. Nobody lives by that shit. I've never met a person that actually lived by that shit. What are you talking about? And he's acting like he doesn't know where that fucking word comes from. He knows exactly where that word comes from. And he knows exactly why it would bother multiple black people. Like, of course it's going to bother us. What do you mean?
with that, then go to another country where they believe that words harm you. Because there's plenty. This is kind of like the one unique thing about America. And if you don't believe in American values, why are you here? We know most of you watching this, the chimps, don't believe in American values. You guys hate America.
Yo, oh my gosh, Taurine, yo, appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Them bringing religion into it he said them bringing religion into it is on brand for them. Remember, their ancestors would read scripture to the slaves before whipping or lynching the slaves on the plantation. That's very true. I appreciate you, bro.
Why? Because white people built it. Yeah, that's the truth. Oh, bro, but y'all was farm equipment. Come on, let's be real. Y'all didn't build shit. You think y'all were building railroads that connected to each other? Nah. No. Yo, how many of y'all Daquans know how to do math? Come on.
So this is how you know this is rage bait. It's 1000% rage bait, because if all you have to do is Google. First of all, but I personally do not have to Google. I'm going to tell you guys before I show you. So when it comes to, if he said building railroads, he used that as an example, right? Slaves were pivotal. They were extremely important when it came to building railroads and maintaining the infrastructure as well. We played a huge part in building railroads. Watch. Did black people build railroads? Look. Yes, black people were instrumental in building railroads, primarily as enslaved labor before the Civil War, and as a major source of labor for freedom after the war. They built railroads in both the North and South and were responsible for physically building the tracks and maintaining the infrastructure. The industry became one of the largest employers of black Americans. See, that's rage bait, bro. Rage bait. He's just racist. If you want to be racist, that's fine. At least be accurate. Shout out to Chris for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you, man. Don't fight, just use the car. Hilarious. But one thing that I will say about guys like this, yes, keep in mind, I'm talking about him right now to basically call him out on his bullshit. But if a person like this ever approaches you out in public, don't react, because that's basically, they want to feed off of your energy, because that's what he wants. Like, this is how he gets his content. Like, if you ever see this guy or somebody that's even similar to this, and they point a camera and they say, oh, look, he's about to chimp out, just stand there. Don't say anything, or just walk away. That's it. Don't let him bait you, bro, because that's what he wants to do. Let's see here. Here's another racist ass video. Let's see.
And do a duel. What are you, dumb? The cowboy's always got his gun. Are you stupid?
Whoa, hold on.
The chimps keep saying, why do you need the gun, though? Leave the gun at home. Why do I need a gun? To protect myself while just simply existing as a free man.
But you're not simply existing, though. You're literally antagonizing people, and you think that shit is sweet out here. Like, fuck around and find out that is a real thing. If you are going to insult somebody, if you are going to antagonize somebody, there are consequences that come with that. That's why you're carrying that gun like the little bitch that you are, because you want to make sure that you don't get beat the fuck up.
And I can say what I want. We can say whatever we want.
Yeah, he's a coward.
This is America. You shouldn't react with a chimp out or violent aggression, threats of deadly violence. That just proves our point. Oh, dude, this would
also, why are we acting as if literal bar fights haven't been started between white people over looks or things that have been said? Like, this is shit that happens every day. This is not unique to black people.
About the gun, though. Hey, cowboy, leave your gun at home and then come out in the street and do a duel. What are you, dumb? The cowboy's always got his gun. Are you stupid?
Also, no, but your mustache is fucking stupid. You need to cut that shit. You look like you got a fucking rat up under your lip, bro. That shit look dumb as shit.
You're a bitch. No, you are. You're chimping out because I'm a free man and you're mad. I don't know who you are. Y'all know who I am.
Why is he saying that like African Americans are not free? What the fuck are you talking about? No, he's getting angry because you're starting shit and you're hiding behind a gun. So yeah, absolutely. You are indeed a bitch. You are a bitch. That's bitch behavior. I don't care if you're white, black, orange, blue. If you want to do this and you don't want to get beat the fuck up and you are hiding behind a gun, no matter what color you are going to be a bitch. Because if you do this, get ready to fight. And if you're losing that fight, don't shoot. Just take that L. You started it. So I have some good news for you guys. I got some good news. He's been arrested. He got arrested because, he fuck around and found out, basically. So somebody said the irony, you hate black people so much just to get cuffed by a black man. And yeah, he got arrested. That's what your dumb ass gets. Hilarious. But here is the part that pisses me off. And I'm pretty sure he got arrested because, hold on. Why he's doing this. Oh, okay. Real quick. Somebody gave like a brief backstory as to why he's doing this. Boo fucking who. Somebody said, read the backstory. It's kind of interesting on why he's doing this. I'm not on board with it, but it makes sense. What's the backstory? His girl got smashed by a black guy and decided to lash out because of it. Same old story as usual. Nah, BLM hated his dumb joke and tried to get him fired and blackballed from his work. It happened. That's what the synopsis I got was. So you said something racist online and black people caught wind of it, found your employer, called them, got your ass fired. That's why you should be careful about the things that you say online, stupid. But going back to his arrest, apparently he was harassing another black person and yeah, he got arrested for it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Shout out to Moosey for the $2 super chat. He said, appreciate you, brother. That's what he said. Let me see here. I'm just trying to figure out. But okay, anyway. Here's the part. This is like a roller coaster, guys. It's a roller coaster, right? So he most definitely got arrested. I think he's out of jail now. He probably, somebody probably bonded him out. He made a give, send, go. Like they always do. Like they always do. They say some racist dumb shit. And they want to basically be rewarded for it. They say some racist dumb shit. There are repercussions, and then they want to be rewarded for it. And he made a give, send, go. Let's read it. This says, help the chud and his family. Dear friends, supporters, and champions of free speech, get the fuck out of here. This man is not doing this for free speech. Again, this is a grift. He's not some sort of free speech like warrior. Same thing as Myron. You just want to be racist. Stop being a bitch and just say, I want to be racist without there being any repercussions. This has nothing to do with fucking free speech, dummy. Anyway, my name is Dalton. I'm sorry, Etherly. And I'm reaching out with a heavy heart, fighting to protect my family and my business. Just over 1 year ago, I started DLE contracting in Clarksville, Tennessee, out of sheer necessity. What is DLE contracting? I was fired from my previous contracting job after BLM activists targeted me over words I shared online. Jokes and opinions they twisted to end my career. You ended your own career. Jokes and opinions don't. How many guys, chat, y'all let me know in the comments. How many times have you guys been told, be careful about to just totally be careful about what you post on social media. Be careful about what you say on social media because an employer can find it. Somebody could find it and report it to your employer. You just never know. So you should just always be careful. I've been told that since like fucking elementary school, since like middle school. Be careful what you put online. This shit is permanent. People are going to find this shit. It's not really that hard of a concept to understand. And you're talking about your need for money for your family and shit. Were you thinking about your family when you posted racist dumb shit online? Were you thinking about your family then? No. You just wanted to get off a racist ass joke. Hee hee ha ha. Jail. Hee hee ha ha. No job. It's real funny now. Hee hee ha ha. Man, you know what? Fuck you and your family. Fuck you and that racist ass baby. I said it. Fuck your family. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck about that baby. Baby gonna grow up to be a racist piece of shit just like you. Fuck you. Anyway, was that too far? I don't care. I could give two fucks. I could give two fucks. Anyway, where did I start? With no other way to support my... What am I... Traylon, kill it! My wife just texted me, Spider. Kill it, please. Oh my gosh. Anyway. With no other way to support my family and my precious 2-year-old son, fuck your son. I poured everything into this small business, working tirelessly to provide for my family and build a future. You should have thought about your family before you were saying dumb shit. But now that dream is under attack, not for the quality of my work, but for what I say online. Yeah, I've shared mild jokes. Mild. First of all, your version of mild and my version of mild are probably two different things. Mild jokes, unfiltered thoughts, and yes, sometimes I've used the N-word in what I thought was edgy, harmless humor. What? Is this real? I know it's controversial, but it's my right to speak freely. For that, hundreds of people in my city are slandering my business, spreading lies to tear down everything I've worked for. What's a lie? The hate has escalated to a horrifying level. I've received death threats so vile, they shake me to my... Bro, get the fuck out of here. You cannot antagonize black people and then cry, I'm getting death threats. My life is in jeopardy. I lost my job. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get out of here. Golly. This is so fucking stupid. Oh, appreciate you, Terrence. Oh, yeah, look. Kif came out with a crazy ass Marvel vs. Capcom collab, and I've got a few shirts. This is just one of them. Shit is fire. Yeah, shit is fire. Shout out to Kif. They make some good quality clothing, man. Shit go crazy. Anyway, going back to it. Okay. People threatening to rape and murder me and even targeting my innocent 2-year-old son, fuck your son, with unspeakable cruelty. As a father, hearing these threats against my little boy breaks my heart and keeps me up at night. What the fuck? But you weren't thinking about your little boy when you were out here again antagonizing black people. You didn't think. You should think before you do these things. But you know what? All of this is a part of the formula. Guys, this is like the fifth or sixth person that has done this. Done some racist stupid shit, and they make a give, send, go to get money. They all do this now. Let me see. In the midst of this nightmare, a spark of hope emerged. I went viral on Instagram, gaining over 23,000 followers who connect with my story, my resilience, and my refusal to be silenced. It's just so crazy. He's acting like he's trying, like you would think this man is like advocating for something great. He's literally advocating to be racist. He wants to freely be racist. That's all he's fighting for. Ooh, wow. People are beginning to stand up for American ideals and values. Racism. This platform is a chance to turn things around, but right now I'm broke. The slander has crushed my business's income, and I'm struggling to keep food on the table. I hope you and your family go hungry, bitch. Pay our bills and protect my family from this onslaught. You brought the onslaught to your family. Fuck your wife. Fuck your mom. Fuck your grandma. Fuck that kid. Fuck everybody. You did this yourself. I don't feel fucking sorry for you. I hope the worst shit happens to you and nobody else but you. I need your help to bridge this gap and rebuild. Fuck you. Starve. All right, I hope you and Stevie Knight start. Okay, that's me being petty from the whole school lunch comment from Stevie Knight. I don't want Stevie Knight to starve. I don't hate the man. I don't hate him. That was me being petty. Let's see. Your donation will go toward covering basic living expenses to keep my family secure. Fuck your family. Exploring legal options to fight the slander and protect my family from these vicious threats. Find new ways to create a sustainable income for me and my family. This isn't just about money. It's about standing up to a mob trying to destroy, not just my family's future over words. You started it. You started it. They finished it. But our rights to free speech as a whole. If you've ever felt silenced, attacked, or punished for your beliefs, you know this fight. Wow. My business, only a year old, was born from necessity after I was canceled once before. So you didn't learn your lesson. You obviously didn't learn your lesson. And now I'm facing it again. With your support, I can rise above this hate. Holy shit. You're the epitome of hate. You're the epitome of hate. Provide for my family and prove that cancel culture won't break us. Every dollar, every share, every prayer means the world to us. Thank you for standing with my family in this battle for freedom and survival. With gratitude, Dalton. Fuck off. This man is asking for $100,000 and he raised $22,000. Wow. Yeah. I'm gonna pray for the opposite. I hope this little 22,000 that you got, I hope that's it. I hope you don't get a penny more. Hope you don't get a penny more. Yeah, fuck you again. I'll go through the line. Fuck you. Fuck that racist ass baby. Fuck your grandma. Fuck your father. Fuck your mother because they literally birthed a piece of shit. Fuck your ancestors. Fuck all the friends that you have in your life. I hope everything happens bad to you and nobody else. Okay, broken leg, you. Somebody vandalized your car, you. I hope that happens. Somebody randomly shoved a dildo up your butt while you was at the grocery store. Yeah, I hope all that shit happens to you. Okay, I hope your kid gets bullied. I don't give a fuck. Could care less. Y'all let me know. Did I go too far? If y'all say I went too far, then I'll cut some stuff out when I repost the VOD. But yeah, just let me know. A little too far. I didn't want it now, but it's okay. Huh? Not yet. I will though. Oh, did you? I'm sorry. Hold on, guys. Oh. What? My wife is funny. She bought me food. Oh, man. Whew. Okay. J-Way says a bit too far. Somebody said I ain't go far enough. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? We'll see. Because look, sometimes I'll say stuff, right? I'll say stuff during the live and then I'm not killing the spider. No, she can do it. Sometimes I'll say stuff during a live stream and then I reflect back and I'm like, did I go too far? And then I'll edit it, right? And I'll be like, nah, that's too crazy for YouTube. Like, so I don't know. I might edit some shit out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. And one of the reasons why I said fuck the kid is just because, I mean, his dad is a piece of shit and he's going to teach him the same shit. He's going to be on that same type of timing, bro. I could care less. Just like Stevie Knight, I could care less. Oh my, because trailer, I'm wife, I'm streaming. I've changed. Get out of here. And you the one that said you were going to spray it with the bug spray. Did you spray it? I can't stop streaming all the time to kill a spider. And why is it that every time I stream, there is a spider or a bug? Every time. You're taking me out of context. Hilarious. There is no roach on my wall. Who said that? Who said there's a roach on my wall? What roach are y'all talking about? I don't have roaches. Why am I reading? Why am I paying attention to y'all? I ain't listening to y'all. Anyway, let's move on to something a little more interesting. So this was a video that I was actually supposed to react to. Okay, so that must have been Moosey must have been responsible for the stupidity. Gotcha. This was a video I was supposed to react to last stream. Sam actually sent this, Samantha, in the chat. This video is entitled "Wife Sues TikTok Star Who Stole Her Husband, Lawsuit." Okay, let's see what's going on here.
Can you get your hair out of my milkshake?
Pick it up.
I'm driving.
Boy, when does that ever stop?
Who is she talking to, bro? Chill out.
Tim, when does that ever... Tim,
Don't call me
please.
Tim either. Don't call me
No.
Tim.
When has that ever stopped you from picking your drink up?
Don't.
A bombshell lawsuit and a bombshell trial. A woman...
Hey, let me just say this, and I ain't even trying to be mean. You know what? Let me not. Fuck it. They don't need no milkshakes. They'll need to be drinking that shit anyway.
Sued a social media star for having an affair with her ex-husband and destroying their marriage. And while not available in every state, North Carolina actually allows people to sue for this.
Oh.
And wait till you hear what happened at trial, where this online influencer, who represented herself, questioned the woman suing her. This was an intense showdown that all culminated with a major verdict. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse West.
Sam said, wait until you see the full body. It can't be that bad.
Now, as we're talking about laws that you may not have heard of, here's a fun fact that you might not have heard of. Did you know that chips were cooked in tallow until the 1990s?
No.
Some corporations, they switched to the cheap processed seed oils, and I hate seed oils. I am trying to...
I did not know chips were cooked in beef tallow. Them shits were probably delicious. I really can't remember.
Diet of seed oils. Seed oils, they make up what? 20% of the average American's calories, and we know they're linked to inflammation and metabolic issues, but that is why I'm so happy we have our sponsor, Masa Chips. Okay, this is a game changer.
What chips? Masa chips? Please, Massa, you think I could get a chip, boss? I'd tap dance for you. Massa chips. They are cotton picking good. Yo, Massa chips. What the fuck? What the fuck are you selling? Huh? Y'all need to change that. You need to change that name right now. Massa chips? Oh no. Shout out to Scally. Watts, I'm not trying to be mean. Also, fuck that baby. Oh my gosh, man. Appreciate you for the $5 super chat, man. Massa chips. Oh my god. Wow. I've seen it all. Yeah. What kind of what flavor? What flavor do they have, boss? They Massa chips. You know we was only given the bad parts of the pig, so one flavor that we gotta have is chitlins. Y'all ever had a chitlin flavored chip before, boss? Massa chips. Hey, cotton picking good.
These are delicious
Oh,
tortilla
boy.
chips that are made from just 3 ingredients. I'm use code SIDEBAR for 20. I feel fairly confident in saying I don't think we have ever covered a lawsuit like this one before, where you have a very popular TikTok star who is being sued by a woman who claims that she essentially stole her husband from her. And believe it or not, in the law, there is an actual specific claim or claims you can sue for. I remember studying this in law school. I hadn't thought about it since then, and it was only now
Because
when
it's
I hear
probably
about the
super
story that I
unique.
remembered it. A few states recognize it. It's called alienation of affection, and you can also sue for something called criminal conversation, which is a claim here too. It's basically adultery. You can sue when someone has sexual intercourse with your spouse, and we're going to talk about this. This is a real thing. It is a real thing in the state of North Carolina where this is happening. So, back in May of 2024, Akira Montague filed a $3.5 million lawsuit against viral TikTok star Brene Kennard.
Let me see if I have this correctly. Let me see if I understand this correctly. So, this was the guy's wife. Hold on. This was the guy's wife. And this is who he messed with. Sir, if you're gonna cheat, at least upgrade. At least upgrade. What you doing? What you doing? at least upgrade. Don't go back 20 steps.
3 million on TikTok. Talks about
Sam, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Life, get ready with me videos, doing product reviews, makeup lessons, and so forth.
Hey TikTok. So I have a couple things that I got from the TikTok shop that I want to show you guys. First up, this hydrating tint. If you don't want to wear a foundation, this would be great for you.
Yo, why did he go? And you know what? I ain't gonna make fun of her characteristics, but like her physical characteristics. I mean, unless there's something that really pisses me off. But like, I'm really trying to grasp like why you would downgrade, man.
If you've had this before, heard this brand, let me know.
And sometimes she appears with her husband, Tim.
Hi guys.
What's up, y'all? Hello?
We on here? Hey
What's up,
guys,
y'all?
it's Renee.
It's Tim.
And now, Brene and Tim have found themselves in Akira's legal crosshairs. Akira sued for something called alienation of affection. And basically, it's alleging, you are responsible for my marriage ending. In North Carolina, which is only one of a few states that recognize this, you have to prove there was a real affection, real love between two people in a marriage.
Thank you, Nicole.
There was clear proof that a third party intentionally interfered with that marriage, and that the love, the marriage, the affection, it was destroyed, meaning the love was, quote, alienated. Is that easy to prove? Is it easy to prove in this kind of case? And you know why we're talking about this right now? Because the trial just happened. We actually just got a verdict on how all of this played out.
Get the fuck out of here.
Renee represented herself during this trial.
Shut the fuck up. Sam, I see why you sent this dumb shit to me. I see why you wanted me to talk about this. Shut the fuck up. She represented herself? Oh, I know that was a shit show. I know it was a shit show. Ain't no way.
And before we even get into the trial, back in September, gotta mention this, Brene was charged with cyber stalking after Akira filed a formal complaint against her, accusing the social media star of harassing her online, showing up places, a filing saying, quote, Kennard constantly mentions my name, as well as posts my name and answers questions pertaining to my personal life and pending cases. And there was also an allegation that Brene violated a restraining order that Akira took out. Now, Brene was released at the time on a $2,500 bond. But when we talk about bad blood, it should also be noted that just days before Akira filed her lawsuit against Brene, there was a warrant that was issued for Akira's arrest, that she was purportedly threatening Brene by allegedly saying, I will kill you, and I will beat your bleep, and I know where you stay. This is according
Did
to
she
the
say
warrant.
it, though?
So in that criminal case, by the way, prosecutors allowed for Akira's prosecution to be deferred in exchange for 12 months of unsupervised probation, and she had to complete anger management.
12 months probation for saying that? Even though we know the circumstances, we know that big girl took her husband. And like, I'm sorry, what she said wasn't out of left field. It wasn't random. 12 months probation is crazy. It's a little excessive.
In classes and have no contact with Brene. Bad, I know. So let me bring on an attorney who specializes in family law and divorces, Randy Kessler. Randy, thank you so much for taking the time. Have you ever handled an alienation of affection case, a criminal conversation case? I mean, is this common?
Wow.
I know it's only in a few states. Have you ever handled anything like this?
Time out. Now, Sam, I want to know more. Were they separated? Because why the fuck was this nigga in TikToks? Why was he taking pictures with her? Why was he being seen with her? Now I need to know details. Because what the fuck? There's no way they weren't, like, separated. Like, something had to happen. Like, I'm so confused.
So in a roundabout way, we certainly
They weren't separated? They weren't even Oh, fuck. So he's just dumb. Thank you. Thank you, D-Money.
So it's only in 5 or 6 states. I
Appreciate
practice
you.
primarily in Georgia where we don't have it. But we do have jury trials in Georgia. And so a lot of times what happens is my clients come in and say, she caused my husband to leave me. I want to bring her in. So we can't sue her in Georgia and in most states. But you can sue the spouse and say, listen, because you did this, and you can bring them in as witnesses, and you can make their life uncomfortable. But the short answer is no. Very rarely, no states really have this
Right,
step
Nicole?
5 or 6. And North Carolina being a close state to us, a lot of our clients say, well, what if I just move to North Carolina? You can't do that after the fact. But it's something we think about and talk about a lot, and we get asked the question all the time.
And my understanding, these are kind of laws that originated back in the day when it was, men still considered women property, essentially. So there's a reason you don't see this across the country. But how difficult are these claims to prove? So if you look at alienation of affection, you have to prove that there was a genuine love, affection, that there was a deliberate interference by a third party. I guess criminal conversation, you just have to prove what? That there was an affair, that there was an actual sexual intercourse going on during the course of the marriage. How difficult is this to prove, and what do you do to prove it? How do you prove it? What kind of evidence is introduced?
That's a great question.
So there's a whole bunch of evidence, but I'm going to take a break for 1 second. We've evolved from fault divorce. You were talking about at the beginning, these laws go way back to where you had to have a reason to get a divorce. You had to prove somebody was cheating. And now in almost every state, you can get a divorce because I want a divorce. So it makes it hard to reconcile I want a divorce with pointing the finger at somebody else. So that's just to get to your first point. But as far as how hard is it to prove these cases, it's hard. You mentioned two, right? There's the alienation of affections and the criminal conversation. As I understand criminal conversation, it's what we call a strict liability case. Like if you prove that it happened, there's liability, even if the person cheating with the spouse didn't know the spouse was married.
I mean, this nigga is fucking cheesing, bro. Like, goddamn. And Sam, I know you keep saying wait for a full body. I just can't help but notice there is not a full body picture in fucking sight. Like everything, and it's just weird because we see that you big. Like we know that you big. It's fine. Just like damn, everything is from the chest up.
An interesting one in and of itself. The other one, the bigger one, the one that they're really traveling under, the alienation of affections, is my husband left me because she made him leave me. And it's hard because most people say your husband left you because he didn't like you, or your husband went with somebody else because the relationship wasn't there. It's very hard to blame somebody else as if your spouse was not a willing participant, right? But that's what they have to do. They have to prove that the other person knew there was a marriage, the marriage still had some viability. There was still a chance the marriage could last. It doesn't have to be a perfect marriage, but some romance, and that it caused the divorce.
And that is a key factor in this case that I want to get into because there's a difference of opinion when you hear
Brene is the big girl.
So first of all, how did all this come about? Well, Akira alleges in the complaint that Brene and Tim started making these social media videos, this content together while he was still married to Akira.
That's crazy.
Like cooking videos. And that Akira didn't know about any of this or didn't sign off on any of this, even going so far as to allege that Brene would post pictures of Tim and the children he had with Akira, and she claims they were having an affair, that Brene was flaunting this online, that she herself found out about this alleged affair from a video of the two of them together in January of 2024. But when you go to the trial, okay, there are different versions here of the relationship, the marriage, which becomes very important from a legal point of view. And by the way, a little preview of the trial, we would learn during the trial that Brene and Tim, they apparently dated in high school, that Brene's ex-husband testified that he found out the two were trying to get back together in December of 2023, even heard them being intimate in his house in January of 2024.
In his house? In his house. Where is the fire? Oh, where is that button when you need it? I need to put that on the stream. Oh my God.
This is a sickness.
In his house? In his house, chat. That is insane. There's your proof right there. There's your proof. You literally have somebody saying that they were indeed having sex. Well, yep, that's the proof. It gets worse.
And the complaint also claims that Akira and Brene at one point were friends. That Brene allegedly used information that she learned from Akira about Tim, about their marriage, that she used that to seduce Tim. Now, before I get into all of that.
Chat, I gotta stop again. Chat, did you guys hear what he just said? So apparently the Akira and, what's her name? Akira and the bigger woman, right? Brene, whatever. Apparently they were friendly. And Akira would tell Brene her business. Ladies, when you are in a relationship, do not give these specifics. Do not give the inner workings of your relationships to your friends. You know why? Because they could do some shit like this. They could use it to their advantage. And this is nothing new. Women do this shit all the time. Never, ever, 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 ever tell your girlfriends like your deep, intimate business. Don't do that shit. It could backfire.
Okay, Randy. First of all, $3.5 million that she's suing for in compensatory and punitive damages. And again, we'll talk about the trial and everything that happened there, but $3.5 million in compensatory and punitive damages.
Yeah, like just imagine. Yeah, you're right, fellas too. Just imagine. Like you constantly go to your girlfriend saying, "Oh man, the D was so good, the D this, and he does X, Y, and Z." You keep telling them this information, they might be like, "Oh, well, I want to find out." Same with niggas. Same with dudes. You never know.
Thoughts on that number, and how do you prove that?
Ooh, there's a lot there, and you had my mind working. I was listening to everything you were saying, Jesse, and talking about, I started to think, rape is a bad example, but the defense can be consent. Someone consented, and did she know about it? So there are all these defenses that are whirling through my lawyer brain, but the number, you asked me about the number. I don't know how you get to that number. One thing that lawyers always think about is collectability. Does it do a lot of good to bring a lawsuit if you can never collect it? And what's interesting here is this is one of those kind of cases where most clients, most plaintiffs, don't really care as much about the number as the principle, right? They want to prove to the world this lady caused my divorce. I'm not a bad wife. I didn't do anything wrong. It's because this outside person. I think the 3 million or 3.5 million, whatever she's
is arbitrary.
It's got to be more of that. More of a, I want the world to know it's so bad that it's millions of dollars. So I don't know how else you quantify. 3.5 was my relationship worth 3.5 million. My relationship might have been worth 100 million, or it might have been worth $10. I just don't know.
But it's also pain and suffering, right? What you went through.
Yeah, but in a typical pain and suffering case, right? This. We have, how much is a lost arm worth? If you break your leg, what's the value of that? What about a damaged kidney? You can find ways to prove how much that shortens your life and the medical bills associated with it. And then you multiply the medical bills by 3 to get a pain and suffering number. I mean, there's just no real numbers game, no math in this. It's a matter of, how bad does this make you feel? And from a lawyer's point of view, it's a straight face test. What can I walk in front of a jury and say, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this should be compensated to the tune of, and if I say $100 million, they're going to laugh. And if I say 100,000, they're not going to take me seriously. So $3.5 million sounds like it,
And when you're talking punitive damages, right, a way to punish the defendant for really bad, egregious acts, you wonder in a case like this, if you're accusing somebody of stealing your husband and cheating, you wonder if a jury would side or a judge would side. So I mentioned that this trial just happened, and it just concluded at the Durham County Courthouse, and we're going to talk about how this all resolved. But Randy, first of all, Brene Kennard was representing herself. Were you surprised by that? And the first thing I thought about, look, if she communicates on social media in a way where she got this following, that's a useful skill in maybe getting a jury on her side, right? It was her personality, the way that she spoke, that got a lot of people to follow her. I wonder if that's useful and maybe not the worst idea for her to represent herself, even though you and I both know it's more advantageous to have a lawyer represent you.
Hold on. Sam in the chat just said Brene's ex-husband is now suing old boy, is suing Tim. This is insane. I mean, honestly, that makes sense because I probably, if I found out that I could sue for that, I would sue. Yeah, I would sue too.
Right. Well, I mean, there's that famous old saying, right? He who represents himself has a fool for a client. Because you just don't have the objectivity. You don't really have a chance to read the jury. And she could always testify, and she would testify, of course, on direct examination. But it's guts, it's gumption to say that I'm smart enough to be able to, convince this whole jury. But maybe
it's not guts, it's not gumption, it's fucking stupidity. It's dumb. It is dumb, and she's probably full of herself. She probably had no idea what the fuck she was getting into. You are not a lawyer. You are not a lawyer. She was probably very cocky.
That's what's in her mind, and she's got so many followers, and people like her and adore her that maybe she thinks that's what's going to happen. The one skill set that most people don't have, and most lawyers don't have, and I'm still trying to figure it out, is voir dire, right? Jury selection, because you were talking about what's going on in the jury's mind. You don't know what the background of each of these jurors are. What if one of these jurors sympathizes with one side or the other? What if they were the spouse that was cheated on? Or what if they were the paramour that broke up another marriage? You really got to figure out who's deciding this case. That's a hard skill to learn, especially for a non-lawyer.
No, that's a good point. Okay, I'm going to get to the verdict, but a few points I want to mention. Now, as I mentioned, in order to prove alienation of affection, you have to show that there was a genuine, real love in the marriage. So Akira gets on the stand and testifies that there was love between her and Tim.
Okay.
That Tim wrote her love letters daily, that they had matching tattoos, that the relationship continued well past when Tim claimed it ended, with the two having sex regularly. And she expressed sadness on the stand that her children lost both of their parents in this whole ordeal.
Damn.
Her kids are on the wait list for therapy because they're, quote, going through a lot of behavioral changes. Her mother also testified that Akira and Tim were, quote, inseparable. There were texts that were apparently presented in court where Tim was planning a surprise birthday party for Akira. But then you have Tim's side of it, okay? And completely different. And Tim was called by Brene, by the way. Again, she was representing herself. He had a completely different view, that the two were more like, quote, roommates than deeply in love, even saying he was never...
Roommates don't fuck. I don't know about y'all, but I didn't have a roommate that I was, if I was fucking a roommate, that was my woman, that was my girl. Roommates don't fuck.
In love with Akira, that he bought her a cheap engagement ring, that he didn't even get down on one knee when he proposed.
Wow.
That they were essentially in this weird living situation where they were forced to marry in order for them to stay at Tim's parents' place. He testified he never wrote those love notes, even testifying, quote, I can't even recall a time when we held hands. He testified that they fought all the time too, that he had a different timeline of when the relationship ended, saying that they separated in 2021, but Akira's mom said they were still a couple. Now, Randy, that's a big aspect here. I mean,
Mr. KP said, how you pay rent then?
It's trying to prove whether or not there was real love and affection in the marriage, but you also wonder, both parties testifying, are they biased in their testimony?
Well, maybe she should be a lawyer, because that is the exact strategy you have to use. You have to prove that the marriage wasn't viable. There was it was not a real marriage. You didn't break up something because there wasn't anything to break up in that situation. The marriage was not a real marriage. The problem she has is that it's not a criminal trial where you have to get all 12 jurors. All you have to do is get a compromise verdict. And sometimes you're going to have some of the people saying yes, some of the people saying no, and the jury might say, I think 3 men, I think 0, and they compromise down to the middle. Something like that sometimes happens. So
now here's another part of the story that we haven't mentioned yet, okay? So
how the fuck does it get worse, guys? Y'all lying.
Nay was apparently staying with Akira and Tim since December of 2023, something that...
What? What do you mean? I am sorry, what? The girl was... Okay, now, Akira, what are you doing having this woman stay in your crib? Why is she staying in your house? You had to know they were together in high school. There had to be some sort of history there. If I asked my wife to bring somebody that I was remotely interested in at any point in my life, if I asked to bring them in this house, she would either laugh in my face or stab me or both. I don't know. Am I over-exaggerating a tad? Yes, but she would not be happy. That's my point. Holy crap. Wow. Sam, what do you mean? How?
That Akira didn't want. And although Brene claims she didn't know that Akira was uncomfortable about this, Akira's grandmother testified that she actually confronted Brene, asked her to leave the home. She claims that Brene responded saying, Akira, you better come get your grandma because I don't have a problem putting my hands on an old lady. This is, and Kennard,
Wow.
Again, that is according to the grandmother's testimony. And apparently Tim even corroborated that there were words exchanged between the two. This is when he testified. Now, this grandmother also testified that she and Brene actually got into a pushing match. Tim denied that happening. By the way, when talking evidence, I got to mention this. Apparently there was footage that was shown to the jury, footage of Brene twerking on Tim while in a bathroom while he was married to Akira. Brene testified that she was just drunk in those clips. There was another video of Brene.
Whether if you're drunk, it doesn't matter, but you were doing it.
Buying a pregnancy test after saying, "I'm getting down and dirty in the sheets." There was another video where Brene apparently says,
"I'm getting down and dirty in the sheets." Too easy.
"I make her very uncomfortable." So seemingly about Akira. There was reportedly a Snapchat story that was presented too, where she talked about her legal issues and said that Tim was, quote, worth it. Randy, in your opinion, how does that affect the case?
Oh boy. All right. So, we've got all the law that we've talked about and what you have to prove.
My man said, oh boy.
Picking a jury. But really, what jury trials come down to, in my experience, is likability, right? You want to tell a story, and you want the jury to like your side, and then to figure out how can we help your side. So if this alienates the jury, if this makes the jury like or dislike one side, they're going to be more likely to bend the law or view the law as it helps their viewpoint. They want to help award damages, or they want to defend the defendant and not award damages. But those are some unlikable facts. Those are the kind of things that make people say, really? You couldn't just be normal? You couldn't wait till they were divorced? You couldn't keep your hands off grandma? I mean, those are the kind of things that might hit home. There might have been someone on the jury that had an experience like that, and it just triggers something that makes them say, I don't like that person. I'm going with this side.
And from a legal point of view, it's trying to show that she deliberately interfered with the marriage, right? Now, Brene's counter-argument was that she was being targeted, in this lawsuit because of her social media fame, that she wasn't the reason the marriage fell apart. Brene saying to the jury in a closing argument, quote, this was a marriage that had been falling apart for years. And that goes back to what Randy said at the beginning, trying to prove that, hey, I'm not the cause of it.
Wow.
Tim didn't love her. He was going to break up with her. There was things that were going on between them. I'm not the reason here. Now, it seems that the real fireworks happened in court when Brene questioned Akira on the stand. And apparently it got really tense, okay? When she questioned her, for example, about how Akira suffered a miscarriage. And Brene apparently said in court, in response to that, that must have been painful for you, right? Now, the reporting from the News and Observer claims that people in the gallery actually gasped, with even a few jurors looking just shocked that she said that to Akira. And Akira reportedly responded, well, I wouldn't expect you to know since you don't have children. So the judge had to get involved here. Judge Timothy Wilson reportedly had to step in, said to Brene, you don't need to express your sympathy, and told Akira, and you don't need to make comments. At another point, when Brene questioned Akira about her blaming her for struggling in school, right, the allegation was, look what you did, you kind of ruined my life. Akira responded, I take accountability for allowing an intruder into my home. Randy, that is like, obviously there's blood between them, and it's very awkward and unusual to have the defendant herself questioning the plaintiff, particularly the animosity between the two. What'd you make of that?
Made for TV, right? This is, I imagine security was doubled when they said, guess who's going to be cross-examining who? Guess who's going to be, getting to ask questions. I mean, it's almost.
I'm sorry. Like, I understand, I guess, why she brought up her miscarriage, but that's fucked up. That's fucked up. I understand you're trying to prove that the marriage just wasn't a thing, and like, I get it. I get it, but you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. Maybe she's supposed to be a lawyer, honestly. That's fucked up.
And again, it's a dramatic over example, but it's the rapist getting to question the victim, right? It's the person who's accused of breaking up the marriage getting to question the victim of this whole situation. It's just a terrible situation. I'm sure they were thinking things that they probably didn't say. Thank goodness they didn't say them, and I'm sure security was doubled. But that had to be the highlight of the trial. And if you're going to go watch a trial and you get to see something like that, that's the moment you want to see. That's the pinnacle, but for the verdict, right?
And we're going to get to the verdict in a minute. But little side note here: you mentioned security. Tim He was arrested during the trial outside the courtroom. Yeah, he was charged with carrying a concealed 9mm handgun in the courthouse. He was actually...
Here's the thing. Why? Okay, like now shit is just happening now. Like what? Why? Why did you bring a 9mm to court? Y'all are pissing me off. Because every time I react to some wild shit, you guys keep saying, oh, it gets better. It gets worse. How? How? How?
Released after posting a $2,500 bond. It's just a little side note here.
What the fuck?
Anyway, okay. Now let's talk about the verdict. So after reportedly almost 2 hours of deliberations, the jury came back with a verdict. And you know who they sided with? Akira.
As they should have.
They found Brene liable for breaking up this marriage. And when it came to damages, according to the News and Observer, the judge ordered Brene to pay $1.5 million for alienation of affection and $250,000 for criminal conversation. Randy, the suit was for $3.5 million in damages. Even so, that's a pretty hefty payday when you think about that number. Let's start with the number, and then let me ask you about why you think the jury found Brene liable. Let's start with the number. What'd you make of the number?
First of all, it's incredible, right? Anything over $1 million, there's something magical. You know, every lawyer, when we go to law school, if you could get out of law school and say, I got a verdict for $1 million, that's a win, right? In almost any situation, except for when it's a, class action.
Guys, her ass going to jail. She is not going to be able to pay that. She's not going to be able to pay that.
What I think happened is, and this is just my experience from juries, when I polled the jury and asked them what they did, there was usually a few extremists. Somebody that said, let's not give anything because you don't get rewarded for stuff like this. It's not a money thing. It's a family thing.
Well, here I think, by the way, I think it was the judge that determined the damages here. Yeah.
In that case, then the judge probably had the thing going on in his mind, which is, is it absolutely nothing? Is it something in the middle? I think, likability comes into play when you come up with a number, right? When it's a number that's really a figment of your imagination. There's no real concrete basis for the number. It's got to be some sort of, in your mind, okay, I didn't like what she did, but I've seen worse, and I didn't like what he did, but it's worse. It's a compromise verdict, but it sends a message that there was something that needed to be compensated, and it's a big number. It sounds like if I was just deciding who won, plaintiff won by a long shot.
And what is it? The jury didn't believe Brene's side of the story. She didn't believe Tim. They didn't believe Tim. In other words, it seems that they're saying, we talk about it in the law, but for them having, this affair, but for them getting together, this marriage would have continued between Akira and Tim. I mean, is that what their conclusion is? And what do you think? Why do you think the jury found Brene liable?
She was probably unlikable.
I think that's a natural conclusion. Would the marriage have lasted forever? They don't have to decide that. I mean, they looked at the elements of the law. Was there this relationship? Did it interfere with the marriage? In other words, was the marriage still at all viable? And then what were the damages? They found that this marriage would have continued, but for this.
If it wasn't for Big Bertha.
For another reason, or there might have been another relationship or another paramour, but this certain paramour caused the end of the affections. It alienated the parties from their affections for each other. They found that the law applied, and they applied the facts of the law and found that the plaintiff won.
And also, I will tell you that Robinetta Jones, who was the attorney for Akira, told this to local outlet WRAL News, quote, she has just received justice from losing her husband and the father of her children.
Okay.
Just such an unusual case. I wanted to cover it from a legal point of view. This is a sad case. We're talking about a lot of emotions here, a lot of bad blood, children involved.
It's sad, all right.
But this has been quite the saga, to say the least. Randy Kessler, thank you so much for taking the time. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And that's all we have for you right now here on Sidebar, everybody.
Holy
thank you so much for
crap,
joining us.
man.
And as always, please subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever.
Yo, that was a lot. That was a lot. It's like it kept getting worse. And it's wild because I really did not know that that law was a thing. Check Discord for answers to your questions. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Which one is worth watching? Which one? The first one or the second one? Let's see. Oh, you said the second one gives the juicy details. Hold on. Damn, this shit almost 30 fucking minutes. It's way more to the story? Bruh, ain't no way. Chat, ain't no way. How? Do you guys, Jesus Christ, do you guys want to dig a little more into this story, or do we move on? I'm going back and forth because I'd be on board if the damn second video wasn't 30 goddamn minutes long, because there is some other interesting stuff that I wanted to get into. See, and I'm not good with skimming through videos because every time I skim through videos, I find out that I miss like key parts. I'm like, oh, well, what the fuck happened with X, Y, and Z? You know? Let me see. I'll put a poll up. How about that? Let's see. Yes. No. All right, I posted a poll. Y'all let me know. Let me know what y'all want me to do. Let me see here. All right. Okay, people are saying that we should move on. Okay, but I do want more. Sam, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna repost this as a VOD, right? And then I'm going to react to the video that you just sent. So matter of fact, let me click it. Let me click it, and then let me react to the rest of it. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna save this shit. That's fucking ridiculous. Holy crap. All right. Everybody's saying we should move on. Okay. All right. Moving on. So there's an interesting post that I saw on X. And this is coming from Joy Taylor. Joy Taylor was basically talking about like having kids and like leaving legacies like as a man. And apparently this went viral and she got a lot of backlash for what she said. So I kind of wanted to get into what she was talking about here. Let's see.
But what I'm saying is there are men who will be like, I want to have children, but don't talk about the wife, marriage, family part.
Oh,
just the like, I need to have kids to carry on my legacy.
Yeah. Well, Nick Cannon is the perfect example of that. You know, he talked about how he had so many kids because what he was going through. So we only use celebrities because everybody knows what we're talking about when we say
but there's plenty of people that do this.
Right, there's plenty of people like that. So there's a lot of men, whether we agree with it or not, that is important to them. Like they want to procreate. They want to have little John and little Kenny and little Tommy. That's very important to them. And obviously it's not that important to Joy.
So here's the thing, right? I think leaving your legacy, it can be kind of, in a sense, I guess it just depends on what you mean by leaving your legacy. Because in my opinion, if you are just out here knocking women up and just having kids for the sake of having kids, you're not leaving a legacy. You're just making a lot of broken homes. Like, and I even say that to Nick Cannon. Like, bro, you're not leaving your legacy. You're creating a shit ton of broken homes. Like, and I believe in a nuclear family. So I guess when I say I want to leave my legacy, right? I just want to leave like a piece of me to the following generations, right? I want to teach them like right from wrong. I just want to pass certain shit down, and just live and just constantly like live. How am I trying to say this? Because a lot of people will say that, oh, people want to create a legacy so that they're remembered. And that's not necessarily true. I just want like my ideals and the things that I was able to teach, like, you know, my future kids or whatever. I just want all of that passed down with the next generation so that we can continue to have, so that like my family can continue to have like normal, outstanding, you know, black men, basically, you know, positive black men at that. But yeah, that's when I say legacy, that's what I mean. I don't know if I explained that well, but that's basically what I mean. It's not like, oh man, I want y'all niggas to remember me. No, I don't care if I'm remembered or not. And I most definitely don't want to have kids just for the sake of like, oh, you look like me and that's it. No, I want to actually like pass some shit down. Exactly. Like Nicole said, strong family values that are being passed down. That's one example. Exactly. You're right.
No, I just don't think that you're starting a legacy. I think you're making humans.
Okay.
Right. I agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree with that. You're not starting a legacy. You're just simply making humans. Right. You're absolutely right.
A very big difference.
Okay, just for clarity, what would be an example of starting a legacy?
I think legacy is very silly. Like I think the whole concept is silly because I don't think that we as humans have this incredibly elevated God-like mentality of ourselves that we are just going to be remembered for generations and our power.
What I tell you, I told you that's what most people think when they hear legacy. Like, oh, I just want to be remembered. No, I could give a fuck. I just want to pass down the type of person, like the things that I've learned in life. Like my ideals, like the way that I look at life. I just want to pass down all, like, everything to future generations. That's all I want to do.
Or is going to get passed on from so on to so forth. And, you know, 5 generations from now, they're going to be talking about, you know, Grandma Joy. They're not going to be talking about you. They don't care.
That's not true.
They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it.
Hey, real quick. God damn, her legs are so fucking shiny. Damn. Well, I guess we found out where all that Diddy oil went. Cause god damn.
What? Maybe one person, will say your name in 200 years. Maybe one person will be like, oh, that was so-and-so. And that doesn't, It doesn't matter. That's okay.
But this is where I challenge that. So I think in the big spectrum of things, yes, you're right. But when I think they're talking about legacy, it's about their family unit within their unit, right? So it's not about the world knowing them. It's about grandma's recipe that in our family, grandma is our queen. She's our Beyonce. And
But you got to have a family to do that.
Yeah, you do have the family.
So if you don't have a family, again, you just making little people.
Ooh. So a family is not created unless you're married.
No.
No. That's not necessarily true. I would say a family is created when both a mother and father are present, and they're able to instill certain ideals and beliefs within their children that they can pass down for future generations.
No. Again, I think we're talking about two different people here. Okay. I'm talking about the person who's just out here populating the earth.
Okay.
Right? Not raising, not putting together a legacy. Like just because you've made a person doesn't mean that you have a legacy.
Exactly.
You're talking about future.
Why you keep putting names on people?
Do you know these people in real life?
Do you think I don't?
Let me stop saying that.
And also, it's not about celebrities. There's so many non-celebrities that do this.
This is true. Okay, you're right.
And I have this conversation with men a lot because for whatever reason, I look like a breeder, and people will argue with me about having kids.
Oh yeah, no, you would be a wonderful woman for a man to have kids with.
No, I would be a terrible person to have kids with.
Well, you don't want the point I'm making is I understand why a man would want to get you pregnant.
I don't.
Why? Okay, let me break it down. First of all, you're
what? No. Once
this conversation went so left.
Initially, sure. Right? The process seems fun. There's other perks.
No, but
once I've said I don't want children, there couldn't be anything less appealing about me if you are someone who wants children.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Right. But
however, there's many follow-ups.
Right, absolutely. But I'm saying the reason of the why is, first of all, to get Joy Taylor pregnant and to say that I have a baby by Joy Taylor and no other man can say that.
Oh,
do you know how many men would pay buku money just to
God,
say?
She said, God forbid it. She really don't want kids.
Hey, I have a baby by Joy Taylor.
How much are we talking? There's no amount of money. There's no amount of money.
But no, I just want you to understand. I understand the desire why a guy would want to have a baby by you. Absolutely.
That's such a disgusting thought.
I understand that. I get both sides of the coin. I get how you're disgusted by that. Well, actually, I don't get that part. But I know you don't want kids.
Why it would be no. I'm not disgusted. They're gonna clip this up like Joyce. I am an insane person, but I love children. I just don't want to have them.
Right.
I think that's fine.
I think it's great to have children.
Right.
I just don't want to have them.
Right.
I think it's great to want a legacy. That's not true. I think legacy is silly. I think it's great to want a family and to pass things on and recipes and all that. I think all this stuff is great. It's not for me. And I think that if you aren't actually building a family and you're just making children so that in your brain your genes live on because you think you're special, that's fucking nuts. And that is not a legacy, and it is total bullshit.
I would have to agree. Because there are a lot of men out here who just want to populate the earth just because they think their genes are fucking magic. Like, nah. Like, I want kids so I can pass the things that I've learned in life. Like, for some reason, I have this urge to pass a lot of shit down. Like, I want to pass down the stuff that my mother taught me, that my father taught me as well. Like, when it comes to just life, sports, cooking, like school, relationships, just I have all of this knowledge that I would just love to pass down to somebody else. That's all I want to do. Like, I could care less if I want to be remembered, but I also want to, I want to have a family. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's also okay that some women don't want kids. I think that's great. You don't want kids? That's fine. It's your body. It's literally your body, your choice. Like, women are not put on this earth just to be fucking baby makers, bro. Like, they are not. Women are much more than fucking incubators. Okay? Some women don't want to have kids. Joy Taylor is one of them. And I think that's fine. Like, who cares? And it's so funny because you will see a whole bunch of comments. I'm sure I didn't look. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm sure you will see a lot of comments of people saying, like, basically being mad or irate, angry, whatever, that she doesn't want to have kids. Bro, why are you so mad? It's not like she was going to have kids with you. Thank you. Yeah, like, who gives a fuck? Yeah, she was not going to fuck you, bro. It's fine. That's why I don't understand when all of these red pill dudes want to, like, get on people like Pokimane and Senna and say, oh, their time is running out. You know, they need to have kids. For what? For what? For what? Why do they need to have kids? Who cares? If you don't want to have kids, you don't have to have kids. And as Nicole says, you know, they sticky anyway. Nicole has this thing. She thinks every child in the world is just sticky. And I think shit is hilarious. All right, moving on. Did we have anything else silly on the docket? Oh, this was silly. This was very silly. So, did you guys peep this Suni Lee interview, this clip where she was basically taken out of context? Terrence said, you think Asmongold will have children? God, I hope not. Those are going to be some dirty little motherfuckers. Ugh. Woo. This man can't even brush his own teeth. Bro, he's disgusting. How is he going to? Oh, God, please no. Please no. Terrence asked that question on purpose. They're going to be some nasty little motherfuckers. Ooh. Them kids going to have rat in their drawers. Like rats. Bunch of rats. Rats, roaches, mice, raccoons, excuse me, possums. No, absolutely not. And honestly, I don't even know if Asmongold can find a woman who would be that desperate to lay with him, because that smell would probably be insane. Anyway, going back to Suni Lee. You guys know who Suni Lee is, right? She's a gymnast. You know, she's a gold medalist. She competed in the Olympics. She's really good. She was on a podcast and she got asked a question. And the question was, what is your type? And I just want you guys to listen, and I'm going to ask you a question. Just listen.
How do you feel when you see, like, on your For You page or stuff, like, men, like, boys being like, oh my God, Suni Lee?
I think it's really funny.
Yeah.
It's like, sometimes I can't tell if it's just like a joke or if they're like being for real, but it's like, it's really funny to me.
It's so funny.
Honestly, I've seen so many videos, so if you think I haven't seen it, I've seen it.
She's seen it.
I see all of it.
Shoot your shot. What's your type? Or
My
do you want to
type?
say?
I feel like my type is like athletes.
Yeah.
I like a very like.
First of all, not shocking considering she's an athlete herself. Cool.
Like emotionally intelligent man. Like.
Yes. Yes.
Because I feel like a lot of the guys that I've like talked to or come across, they always just end up being so immature, and I'm like, you are like 5-6 years older than me, and
You're still acting.
Yeah, you act like that. Like I act older than you. I'm 22.
How?
Damn, she's a baby.
The oldest age gap, the biggest age gap you would have.
Like 5 years. Is that crazy?
No, I think you're really mature for your age. Like
Yeah.
you're 22,
Honestly, 5 years, 5 years is not that crazy for her. I mean, hey,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I feel like you're older than me.
Chris, I just explained who she was, man. She's a gold medalist. She's a gymnast.
Mentally, emotionally. Like you're just so like
experienced,
wise, experienced human being.
How about like personality wise? Do you like them to be?
I like a funny guy, or and somebody that's very caring, not just about me, but with the people around me.
Okay.
Like if we go out and you're only worried about me, I'm gonna be mad because I need you to be able to take care of me and all my friends, like
and
all
be
of
welcoming
us.
to everyone.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so how did you, real quick, chat, how did you guys perceive that? Listen to what she said.
And somebody that.
How about like personality wise? Do you like them to be?
I like a funny guy, and somebody that's very caring, not just about me, but with the people around me. Like, if we go out and you're only worried about me, I'm going to be mad because I need you to be able to take care of me and all my friends, like
And
all
be
of
welcoming
us.
to everyone.
Yeah, for sure.
Guys, everybody took this clip and fucking ran with it. Fucking ran with it. Everybody took this clip out of context, and people were saying, "Oh, she's a whore. She wants a man to pay for her and her friends." She said nothing about money. She said, "If we are out with my friends and you only care about me, and you're only looking out for me, that's going to be an issue. I need you to look out for the whole group," which is fucking valid. Which is valid. And protect. She said protect, right? Right. That's like if some shit pop off, she would want to know that you are looking out for everybody and not just yourself and not just her. And I think that's fine. But everybody took this shit out of context. And it just blew my mind because I'm like, are we listening to the same shit? People really thought that she was talking about like going out to dinner with her friends and her man needs to pay. She didn't fucking say that. Yeah, she's clearly being misquoted. Like, that's wild. Wait, chat. Right, money was never mentioned. Yeah, that's pretty regular to me, in my opinion. Chris, what do you mean you out? Exactly, Dow. She didn't say buy the meals. I wouldn't give a damn about her friends. Chris, I don't know what to tell you. Chris, bro, you need to do some soul searching. You need to do some soul searching, okay? Because I ain't gonna put your business out there like that, dog. But brother, do some soul searching. I don't know what else to say to you. Like, you just basically said, fuck her friends. Like, what do you mean? If you're all out together, you should want to protect them in some way, shape, or form. Shit. I'm a cold bastard, and then you're gonna be a cold, lonely bastard. Oh my gosh. Guys, fuck it. I'm gonna say it because it's on stream anyway. Guys, keep in mind, Chris is the same person that said if he dated a woman and he broke up with her, he would try to talk to her friend if he found her friend attractive. I'm putting you on blast, Chris. Yep. You said I disagree with her because I gotta care about her friends. I mean, honestly, you should want to care about her friends. Those are her friends. Oh yeah, Chris is toxic. He said that ain't on blast. That's on game. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. I can't. The man stands 10 toes down and you gotta respect it. Is he ever going to get into a very solid relationship? Probably not. But he 10 toes down and I gotta respect it. Hey, it is what it is. If that's how you want to live, bro, that's how you want to live. You know, it's all good. Let's see. Yeah, what else? Oh, the DoorDash girl. So, did you guys get that update on the DoorDash girl? Apparently, she's been arrested. And I really can't say I'm surprised. I can't say I'm surprised. Because, yes, it was probably very weird that you saw a man jerking it, but he was in his own house. He was in his own house. You didn't have to record him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's see what's going on. Wait. Hold on. Let me answer this question. Let's see. Internet said, you married Watts. How many friends your wife considers a friend like that? Whoever my wife considers a friend, I will make sure that they are taken care of. And no, I'm not talking about financially. I'm talking about just protection. That's all. I don't know if he was passed out with his pants down or jerking it. Honestly, I have no idea. That was just me being a little silly. But I think his pants were most definitely down, Terrence.
Story going around surrounding this DoorDasher. This woman, I don't even know her name, but she's a female DoorDasher who recently lost her job because, well, I mean, she was doing her job. She went to pick up food, and as DoorDashers do, they deliver food to people with instructions right on the app. And on the app, it said, leave the food on the doorstep.
That's all you had to do.
So step 1, DoorDash assigns an order to a driver in the vicinity. Step 2, that particular driver, depending on how many orders they have, will pick up that order and multiple other orders before they are on their way to delivery. Step 3, when they finally get to their destination, there are instructions listed on the order, like leave it by the door or knock on the door or call me when you get there. Now, in this particular situation, and I've not heard any sensible takes aside from a few creators out there like Abba and Preach, of which I was watching their stream on this earlier, but aside from them, I've not heard any sensible moderate takes on this. And it seems to me this is why I'm a voice of reason in this hellish landscape of extremeness on both sides. Let's hot take, and I know this is going to upset a lot of people, which it shouldn't. Both of the individuals in this situation were wrong.
I agree.
Yes, 2 wrongs don't make a right.
I agree, because she should have just left the food and walked away. Absolutely. He should not have been fucking naked with the door open like that on the couch. Like, that's weird. I agree.
Haha, revolutionary, right? But to get into the meat and potatoes, she approached this guy's door, right? Apparently it was cracked or wide open. There's debate on whether or not the door was wide open or cracked at the time of her approaching this door to leave food on his doorstep. But let me play the footage for you guys so you can see exactly what I'm talking about before I go on my yap session about my entire thoughts on the situation.
Oh, he was just laying there.
That's fucked up.
So as you can see, she's a bit puzzled, right? Now, everybody's debating on whether or not she actually, when delivering that food, saw the door was cracked and decided to push it in because she peeped inside. Maybe it was kind of like, you know, being...
And she literally doxed him. She put his name out there, too.
nosy before actually delivering the food. Pushed the door open or not and intruded on this man's privacy. Other people are speculating that the door was already wide open like that. As you can see, she's on the street too, and the man is literally passed out with his pants around his ankle. Now, I'm just going to assume, because there's literally no proof that this man did this intentionally, that he may have passed out from an intense goon session, or he may have been, you know, very drunk. Could have been a Friday night. Bro probably smoked a little Mary Jane, you know, took back a few shots of tequila, tried to rub one out, and before he could complete the job, he just passed out. Like, it happens all the time. And as far as the door being wide open, we don't know why. It could have been a...
It happens all the time. It's crazy. That shit ain't never happened to me.
Strong gust of wind. He could just have a shitty fucking lock. I don't know. Or maybe he could legitimately be a creep, a perv. All of that is speculation. There's literally no proof. Now, to put myself in her shoes, to play devil's advocate, since a lot of people are railing against her, I will say, if I were a DoorDasher and I approached this situation, roles reversed, it was a woman passed out on the couch, pants around her ankle, and literally she's just laying there, ass cheeks and all, I would be a little...
I can tell you what I would do. Absolutely nothing. I would be scared out of my fucking mind. I see somebody ass cheeks hanging out, a woman's ass cheeks. You think I'm gonna be like, oh, hello, ma'am, you need some help? You need some help lotioning them ass cheeks? Fuck no. If I'm doing DoorDash, I'm doing DoorDash for a goddamn reason. Because I ain't got no money. This is my income. Or my side hustle, whatever. I'm doing this for money. This is a job at the end of the day. You're not gonna catch me. You ain't gonna get me hemmed up. Hell no.
Weirded out too, but you know what? I wouldn't do is I would not film her. I wouldn't upload her to the internet. I wouldn't dox her. I would say, ma'am, are you all right? Is everything all right? If no response, then hey, I'm just here to do my job. I will drop the food down, and I certainly wouldn't touch the door to crack it open, which people are speculating that she did. I wouldn't do any of that. I would just leave the food there, take the picture for proof that I delivered the food, and be on my way. I wouldn't film her or him and upload it to the internet to embarrass them or whatever and claim that I was sexually assaulted, because yes, ladies and gentlemen, she's claimed that she's been sexually assaulted in this situation, which is just a reach. And I'm tired in this day and age, people watering down literally everything. People have watered down sexual harassment in general, racism, all the isms, all the phobias. Like, a lot of these words don't even hold the power that
he's right, all the tisms, even autism, bro. Everybody has autism these days. Oh, it's just my autism, you know. It acts up sometimes, you know, when I'm in these groups and settings, you know. It's just my autism. I can't stand that shit. I cannot. Yes, everybody, all of these terms, all of these words, bastardized, 1000%.
once used to, because people just keep using them and labeling them for any situation,
Anything and
basically,
everything.
that bothers them, offends them, or they feel uncomfortable in. That said, in this video, she actually named the man in the situation.
Yeah.
She said a man named Austin orders DoorDash, selects the option to have order left at door, sees his DoorDasher me has a female name, quote unquote, falls asleep on the couch with his pants down, and underwear around his ankles, and his front door wide open in 59° Fahrenheit. So this is what I see when I have to leave the order. And
here's the thing. A lot of you guys use DoorDash, right? A lot of you guys use DoorDash. I use DoorDash too. How do you guys pay attention? Like when you order something, do you pay attention to the name of the person that's delivering your food? Because a lot of the times I don't. I do not. I mean, not saying that it's not impossible for somebody to order some food, look for a female name, and then just get naked. But I don't know. I feel like most people really don't pay attention. See, even Sam says not always true crime said no. Like, I really, I only have Walmart delivery in... What is Drizzly Liquor delivery? Avis, I don't know what that is, but I would like to find out. Nicole said, I always check the name so I can see if it's going to be one where I have to really explain where I live. No, that's fair. No, I get that, Nicole. I get that. But, he said, I don't use DoorDash. I don't like the way some of these people... What does that mean? What does that mean? Anyway, let's get back to it.
That situation, again, to play devil's advocate, it is creepy. We don't know his intentions, nor did she. But of course, because of his gender and the time of day and because she's a woman, there's preconceived notions. We all have natural biases running through our subconscious every single day. Unfortunately, that is what it is. So I can understand her perspective from her point of view. But again, the best course of action from that point on forward was to not film that naked man on his couch, because you don't know what kind of state of mind he was in. And if you were genuinely concerned, you could have literally just called 911 if you were concerned for his safety, which you likely were not. You could have reported it to DoorDash. You could have just gently put the food down, take the picture back away,
and not
report
said
it
anything
to all the authorities you want to. And
everything doesn't have to be put on social media, guys. Everything doesn't have to be put on social media. Hell, when I got laid off and I was doing Instacart, I didn't make content out of that shit because I was treating it like a goddamn job. I would literally work from 8 to 5 o'clock, sometimes a little longer. I did not want to make that shit out of content because I did not want to make content out of that shit because I didn't want to lose the only source of income that I had,
Lastly, what you could have done was not upload it to the internet, because now she's been fired.
Hey guys, so DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my sexual assault. Hey guys, I just lost my job.
Calling it sexual assault is
and they won't
crazy.
tell me why.
Ma'am, the reason why is because you filmed a naked man in the privacy of his own home. Mind you, at first glance, the situation can come off as creepy, but you don't know why he was passed out on his couch, and you uploaded it, a nude video of him, to the internet, and doxed him. You shared his name out there. Austin, I believe, to millions of people. You're too much of a liability. Of course, they're gonna fire you.
They're supposed to send an email immediately after deactivation, providing you the reason why and a link to appeal, and they didn't. So I contacted support, and they made me sit on the phone with them for 15 minutes,
my bad.
just to tell me that they can't tell me the reason why, and I have to just go ahead and appeal without knowing why.
Now, I will be fair to her again and say, hey, it is very annoying. I deal with this situation with YouTube all the time. They'll tell you a made-up excuse, or they literally won't tell you the reason why they took down a video or penalized you. So I completely understand her frustration. But again, I'm pretty sure DoorDash and you at the point in time knew exactly why you were deactivated.
So my chances of getting my account back, they have my money in that account. I was working. I was literally working, and they deactivated me. This is related. They just punished me for posting about my sexual assault while door dashing. They just fired me, and the police are doing nothing.
The police?
I lost my job, and that was my only way to make money to pay my
What the fuck are the police gonna do? He was in the comfort of his own home.
bills.
Yeah, this chick is crazy. And she's watering down the word sexual assault when there's real sexual assault victims out there who are actively raped, like forcibly, pinned down to situations against their will and their innocence taken away. Now, there are a lot of weirdos out there who want to say what that man did on that couch, him, I guess, sleeping with his pants around his ankles, is sexual assault. They want to broaden the term. Okay, let's play by that logic. Then I guess any form of public indecency is going to be sexual assault too, right? And this will be highly subjective, right? Because I guess a lot of people are now just going to start being sexual assault. People who come outside with nothing but Speedos and stilettos on, sexual assault. Motherfuckers who don't shower on the daily and are constantly assaulting my olfactory senses. Is that now harassment to my nose? Harassment to now my ability to smell? Certain girls who come outside with literal lingerie, or mind you, I live in Atlanta, right? Women coming outside with invisible bras. You could literally see their big ass areolas right through the fabrics, and short ass skirts with no underwear on, where you could literally see their ass cheeks and their ass crack. And if they do have underwear on, it's basically like a G-string. Is that now sexual assault? Because in my mind, I wouldn't classify it as such. I would say at max it's indecent exposure,
yeah.
And I wish a lot of people would kind of like not come outside like that, but I wouldn't say personally I'm now have been sexually assaulted. And DoorDash's response was, we've seen tough, sensitive posts, right? So they fired her, well, deactivated her account. Technically, you're a contractor on these apps since you're not of legal employment, technically. Some states have tried to, make ride-sharing delivery people employees, but that's besides the point. They say, we've seen some tough and sensitive posts over the past few days, and we want to clear the air. No one should ever have to experience sexual assault, harassment, or abuse. And DoorDash never deactivates someone for reporting it, full stop, point blank, period. We take these reports incredibly seriously and work closely with law enforcement to investigate and support those affected. And I 100% agree with DoorDash in this situation. They also say in this case, the Dasher let us know about an experience that made them feel unsafe. And that's exactly what we always want Dashers to do. Our team immediately began investigating and has been in direct contact with law enforcement and is prepared to fully support any of their efforts. However, posting a video of a customer in their home and disclosing their personal details publicly is a clear violation of our policies. That is the sole reason that this Dasher's account was deactivated, along with the customers. So both of them were deactivated. All right, he was in the wrong for sure. He should have made sure his doors were locked. Even if he was drunk or passed out from some kind of intoxication, he should have made sure.
Did he at least wash his hands? I don't know.
What he was doing, all doors were locked, and she should have made sure that she never filmed that and never uploaded it to the internet. Two wrongs don't make a right. I also saw this one comment from the r/DoorDash subreddit on Reddit, and this one person said missing info. She took photos/video of the man as quote unquote evidence, but then posted several places online before contacting police. So she, once again, literally posted all this for clout before even contacting local authorities. Sense. They also said exposing customers online is explicitly prohibited in the Dasher's contract. They're taking the assault seriously and have contacted police to start investigation and have banned the customer. Someone else responded back.
DoorDash handled this perfectly. Perfectly.
Allegedly, a friend of his responded on TikTok, and here's the comment. Here's the comment saying, and this is from a person named Ladybug, so I'm gonna assume it's a girl, could be a guy, who knows. They say, he's suing her for false allegations. My friend knows him. He has a doorbell camera, and it proves the door was closed, and she walked in from what my friend said. So that sounds crazy. This is, by the way, hearsay. Someone else responded back by saying, well, in the original video, she said it was cracked open, and I have not seen that original video yet. So many people keep talking.
Wow, god damn.
This is culturally inappropriate.
What is going on? Shout out to Dow for the $50 super chat. God damn, bro, I appreciate you. Oh my gosh. He said, I unintentionally followed this story. I tried to not make judgment on who was at fault here, but seeing her reaction at first made my crazy meter go off. Turns out I was right to feel that way after the investigation was done. Absolutely, bruh. Dow, Jesus Christ, shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Holy crap. But yeah, man, honestly, yo, matter of fact, speaking of crazy meter, do you know how you guys want to know my crazy meter? It's in the eyes. It's always in the eyes. You can literally look at somebody and see if they have crazy eyes. And this chick most definitely has, they got the crazy eyes. I promise you.
talking about an original video. I have yet to see it, so again, this is speculation, but they go on to say, and that she pushed it open. So even if it wasn't fully closed, she's 100% in the wrong.
Wow.
Ladybug then said it was fully closed. They have the doorbell ring footage. So when that footage comes out, if they can prove that this door was closed or even just cracked, because you know some doors have a problem with fully closing sometimes, then she's truly fucked, and she's gonna be liable for doxing and uploading almost like semi-revenge corn, if you can call it that. Then Goblin responded back by saying, oh, I know, I'm just saying, if you even go by what she was claiming, she's in the wrong too, because she, I suppose, in this alleged initial video of which I believe TikTok took down because she didn't censor this guy's, you know, body parts properly. She probably uploaded another version, speculatively, allegedly, that then complied with TikTok's rules. By the way, TikTok banned her account. I think she got like 3 strikes. So clearly, DoorDash is not on her side. TikTok's not on her side.
Nobody is
The
on
general
her
public is not
side.
on her side. Aside from a few fringe weirdos out here who believe she's 100% in the right, which I don't think she is. Like, I understand her perspective, but I just, you know.
However, there's a lot of people right now that claim that they saw her original video and they saw her open the door because it was just opened by a crack and then she ended up pushing it the rest of the way through. And then there's a whole nother group of people that say that they didn't see the video of her doing that, but then they did hear her say later on in a different video that she ended up taking down that she did push the door open. What we do know this woman did was that she got her camera out and she ended up taking a video of this man. What we also know is that that man is inside his house, in his living room, on his couch, and he is passed out. What would happen? What kind of conversation would we all be having if the genders were reversed and it was actually a man delivery driver and he took his camera out and he videoed a woman that was in her living room?
You all would be calling him a piece of shit. Oh my gosh. Y'all, you would get on his ass so fast. That's such a good point.
In her house, on her couch, naked.
Absolutely.
Naked, by the way, and passed out. Yeah, there would be no talks of sexual harassment on, I mean, his side. She would probably have a stronger case of being sexually harassed, let's be honest here. And rightfully so, because that is weirdo behavior. You don't film anybody, male or female, on their couch, passed out like that. You don't know what happened to them, literally. If anything, if you're genuinely concerned, call 911 and ambulance maybe, because clearly something's not right. But then again, that is the plagues of living in a low-trust society where everybody is highly cynical and thinking that everyone has the worst intentions for them, and it's a toxic mindset. It really is. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I honestly try to, you know, see things from her perspective, so I definitely played devil's advocate, and I, you know, countered her points, tried to see things from that passed out guy's perspective. You know, I like to have a balanced approach. I don't like to have biased commentary. In this day and age, though, people, you try to have a moderate opinion and try to see both perspectives.
Oh, they're gonna call you a fucking fence sitter. They're gonna call you a coward. Yeah.
People want to bring out the pitchforks and the torches to try and crucify you. Like, good God. Anyway, thoughts and opinions down below. Personally, I'll say the guy has responsibility to bear. Make sure you're not intoxicated, passed out, and laid out with your pants not on if you're expecting a delivery, with your door possibly being open. So I'll say he's in the wrong for that. The door dasher, she's in the wrong for everything. Like, don't film naked people in the privacy
Don't
of your
y'all
own
dare
home,
give this
even if
woman
the
a
door is
dime.
cracked or wide open. Like, call the authorities, maybe an ambulance if you're concerned. Take a flick of the food and go on about your night. And number 3, DoorDash. Hey, I think they took the safest approach, terminated both accounts, and yeah, shielded themselves from any type of liability from the situation. Although I think this guy may sue her and DoorDash coming soon. Who knows? You already know the 500-pound girl. What's her name? Dank Demos sued Lyft and won apparently because the
Shut the fuck up. She did not win.
driver refused to take her in.
She
because
won
he
that
didn't want his
case?
wheel axles busted. Anyway, you already know what it is. Hope you guys enjoy the commentary.
Did she really win that? Oh, wow. I did not know. She really won that? Oh, wow, bro. That's fucking insane. Wow. I cannot believe she won. Yeah, so apparently the DoorDash delivery girl, yeah, apparently she was charged with 2 felonies. Let's see. Unlawful surveillance and dissemination of surveillance images. Yeah, you cooked. Yeah. Yes. You can't do that. You cannot do that. That's what she gets, honestly. Why would you do... If you really felt like you were SA'd in that situation, the first thing that you do would not be you posting it online. It would you It would be you going to the authorities first things first. That's it. Call the goddamn cops if you really think you are being like SA'd. Wow. Holy crap. But not shocked. Not shocked. That's you cannot record somebody in their own goddamn home. I don't understand the confusion here. And I also don't understand the people that are defending her. But whatever. What the hell do we know, right, chat? What do we know? Apparently not a goddamn thing. Anyway, we got to get into something a little more depressing. Just actually it's a lot depressing. Shout out to Michi H. Apparently a black cosplayer took her own life due to bullying. Now let me just read you this post really quick. Sora and Scally in the Discord was able to send me a lot of information on her. But this says, Ash, a beloved black cosplayer known for their creative takes on characters like those from Zenless Zone Zero. Never heard of that anime. Tragically passed away by unaliving herself in early November 2025. They were only 19 years old. According to multiple accounts from the cosplay and anime communities, Ash's death was heavily influenced by relentless online racism, colorism, and harassment that they faced for portraying light-skinned or non-black characters, including Ellen Jo. Comments targeting their skin tone and appearance made their struggles with depression even worse, leading to this heartbreaking outcome. Their passing was announced on their Instagram, where loved ones shared that Ash spent 7 years cosplaying, meeting people at conventions, on campus, at photo shoots, and online. They loved the magic of cosplay and connecting with others through the community. The announcement ended with the heavy news of Ashley's passing, leaving fans and friends devastated. And this is what she looks like. So here's the thing. First off, let me just say rest in peace to her. That's very unfortunate. People suck, man. They really do. And over something so harmless as cosplaying. But I really wish I could say that I was surprised, but I'm not. How many times have you guys seen people cosplaying a certain character and then there being like racist comments within their comment section or within their replies on Twitter? Happens all the time. And it's so fucking dumb because these characters are fictional. They're not real, bro. They're not real. Do you guys remember when Hallie, whatever her name is, Haley Bailey, whatever, Hallie, I can never pronounce her name properly. Halle Bailey, when she was casted as Ariel for The Little Mermaid, and certain races, white people were losing their fucking minds. Let me tell you something. Ariel was not no goddamn darky, all right? Ariel was not a shadow monkey, all right? Ariel, she was a white mermaid. That's how Disney created her, and that's how we would like her to stay, all right? Mermaids are right. Mermaids don't exist, bro. What? Mermaids don't fucking exist. It's a woman with a fucking fishtail. And people were going insane about her being black and playing. Who the fuck cares? Remember what happened with the Navy guy who spammed? Yeah. I remember that. He got him kicked from the service. Good. Hey, good. Stop being racist online. Stop being racist towards people. For what? And keep in mind, this is something that's so harmless. This is a black content creator that loved anime. That loved anime. I'm sure she loved video games too. And she would dress up as these characters. Oh, lordy. It's such a travesty. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? And I'm sorry, you do not have to look like a character in order to cosplay them. It's the dumbest fucking thing that I have ever heard. It's so stupid. And keep in mind, when it comes to anime, when it comes to mangaka, all the characters are Asian, bro. So you being white, yo, I'll never fucking forget this, man. Oh my gosh. There was this white woman. I forgot her name, but it was some like famous content creator. Maybe famous is, I'm just throwing that word. I'm using that term very loosely. Some like big cosplayer or whatever. She's white. She dressed up as Tsunade. If you guys do not know who Tsunade is, she was one of the Hokage in Naruto, and she has a huge chest. So this white woman dressed up as Tsunade because she also was blonde and had a huge chest, right? So a black woman did the same thing. She also had a big chest, so she dressed up as Tsunade. She had the fit and everything. Like, it, okay, cool. This white woman had the nerve to get in her comments and say, "You're black, you can't be Tsunade. Tsunade is white." Tsunade is Japanese. Tsunade is Asian. A lot of these goddamn characters are Asian as fuck. And when they are not, you will tell. Like, if we are using the same goddamn characters, you can tell. If we're using the same goddamn anime, the Cloud Village, mostly everybody in the Cloud Village are black. Hell, Killer B is a fucking rapping black man with shades on. It's just stupid, bro. These characters are not white. Right. They're not right. Their names are not Becky. They're not Sarah. Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Kakashi. How many Kakashis have you guys met on the street? How many Itachis have you met? How many Shisuis have you met in person? Oh, it's fucking stupid. Still not sure. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Dal just sent me something very interesting in the Discord. Let me show you guys. Holy crap. Is there a way I can make this bigger? Yes, there is. Thank God. Okay. So Dal sent me this. So this is it looks like a story from Instagram. I'm still not sure what their cause of death was, but I did find out that they have been receiving harassment. These are an extreme amount of racist comments under Ash Miku post. Their Uma Musume posts have the comments turned off, but based on the amount of reshares, you can tell how horrific the comment section probably was. We have got to do better with protecting black cosplayers and fighting back at racism. Like, I just don't understand what the fucking big deal is. Like, why can't black people do shit? Nobody should have to deal with this shit just for cosplaying a fucking fictional character. Exactly. We shouldn't have to be dealing with racism at all in the first place. This shit has always pissed me off, but it's getting to a point where it's truly hitting the black community where it hurts. I really need everyone to do better when it comes to protecting and defending black cosplayers from horrific racism. I feel so horrific because I had no idea this was even happening. I'm always willing to go to war for my mutuals to protect them. If anyone is ever harassing you or if you see someone being harassed, please let me know. Look at these comments. Niku, Miga, Nigu, Niku Kraxume. Wow. Yeah, that's shitty, man. Why are you so evil? Why do you, like, what made you this evil for you to wake up and be like, hey, I just wanted to harass this person. I want to pile on this person for playing a fucking fictional character. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And you know what? I will say, this is one of the reasons as to why I don't recommend content creation or social media in general. I don't recommend it to, especially if you want to like make a profession out of this. I don't recommend it unless you have a very strong, like, you got to have a strong personality. You do. You have to let shit bounce off of you like Teflon. And it's hard. And this is not me saying anything bad about this young lady, because she was obviously getting harassed. Like, a lot of these comments were fucking disgusting, and she hit her breaking point. And I'm so sorry that she felt that she had to do that. Like, that's incredibly sad. But if you are going to do this full time, you need to make sure that you're actually sure, because this shit isn't for the weak. As you can see, there are a bunch of bigots online. There are a bunch of pieces of shit online that will make it their sole mission for you to have a fucked up life or a fucked up day, whatever. It's heartbreaking. She was only 19, dog. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I have kids, I don't know how I don't know what their personalities are going to be like. I don't know if they're going to be like me, because you guys have seen me deal with multiple crazy people, right? I've gotten death threats before. I mean, I've been called every name under the goddamn sun. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me because, like, I know, no offense to you guys, not talking about the chat, but I know, like, the people that do this shit, like, they're not real. At the end of the day, these are not people that would actually say this shit to your face. They feel comfortable because they're behind their phone and you can't pop out of the screen, and you feel me? Like, I know those people are not real. So I'm just like, just let it bounce off. Like, I could give a fuck. Not saying sometimes I don't respond, because sometimes when I have time, boy, I get in that ass. I be getting in that ass, boy. Let me tell you. And you guys can tell sometimes when I post a video and you see me replying to comments. Yeah, sometimes I got time. Yeah, no lube in that ass. Anyway, but yeah, I rest in peace to her. That's just so fucked up, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why anybody would have that type of energy. Oh, what's up, Logix? My bad, just popping in, bro. Hope the stream was good. Yeah, stream went well. Oh, what's up, Sandra? I was talking about a black cosplayer. A black cosplayer unalived herself, and it seems like because she was getting, like, bullied online. Like, a lot of people were saying, oh, this character isn't that color, like, you should not, so-and-so isn't black, or just making fun of, like, the character that she was cosplaying by throwing, like, N-words in there. And anyway, yeah, it's a sad situation. But matter of fact, you weren't in here, Sandra, but I used the Little Mermaid remake, or not remake, but the what's the word I'm looking for? I'm tired, guys. The Little Mermaid real movie, whatever the fuck you call it. When Halle Bailey played that character, and racist white people, like, they just fucking went ballistic when there are no such things as mermaids, and mermaids aren't real. It's a fucking fictional character. Live action. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Jesus. But yeah, that's basically the gist of that. And I was saying, if you are going to basically get into any type of content creation, any type of, like, professional social media bullshit, you need to have tough skin. Like, people say crazy shit. And since Sandra is in here, and since Logix is in here, I'm sure they'll tell you, like, people have said crazy shit to them. Well, Logix, I talk to this nigga every day. I know we share the crazy shit, like, that people say to us all the time. Sandra said it was so bad that they deleted the post on Facebook because people were saying so many hurtful. Yeah, and it's crazy. Like, people really, they don't care. And I just don't understand Because all she's doing is, I've said this like 12 times, but all she's doing is cosplaying. She's not doing anything crazy. She's just dressing up as her favorite characters. Ooh, call the cops. See, that's what I'm saying. Nicole, you're right. Even though none of us are famous yet anyway, but fame comes with so much hate. It does. For absolutely no reason. Oh, and for me, it's really bad, man. Oh, you guys should have fucking seen. If you go back to my to the video where I was talking about Andrew Wilson, all of his fans, oh, they fucking hate me. They hate me. Oh, you're so biased. You're this, you're that. You're a stupid black. Yeah. Stupid black is crazy. Oh, fuck. The guy who wifed up 3 babies. Yeah. Yep, that's him. Yeah. But man, but you know what? The first death threat, I tell the story all the time, but for those of you that may not know, the first death threat that I actually got was from the Beehive, actually. When I said Beyonce was, I felt like she was a little overrated. And I made a video about it, and I had multiple death threats. Yeah, all came from the Beehive. Boy, they were pissed. And it was so funny. It was so funny. I was literally dying laughing. Oh, boy. Yeah, that shit was it was hysterical, man. You said the Beehive came for me? Yes. What's funny is the Beehive is done with her too now. Oh, see, I know nothing. But yeah, they most definitely came for me. They did. And it was so funny because that was like, I have these like surges, or I've had these surges in my YouTube career where I'll post like one video and that one video garners like a crazy amount of attention. Like that was the first one where I was like, oh, people are paying attention to me, but for the wrong reason. But oh well, it was negative attention, but I was still getting attention at the time. A lot of people watched that video. But yeah, that was the first time where I had that crazy surge, and I was like, ooh, more people, a few more people subscribed. A lot of people are watching this video. The amount of dislikes I have on that video is crazy. Yeah, it's usually the videos you don't think will pop off that do. It depends. So I do agree with that, because that is true. But it also depends, because there are some situations like the Stevie Knight situation, the Akash situation. When I saw that them shits going dumb viral, I was like, I got to talk about it, because I know these videos are going to do minimum 20,000K. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. I'm sorry, who are we talking about now? What is going on? Yo, Terrence, I say the same thing. You said Kelly is a better singer and honestly looks way better. I think because she is dark skinned, she didn't get a big push. Probably. Oh, Beyonce. Really? Huh. That's crazy, Dow. You don't think Kelly put in as much work to be fair, I like Destiny's Child, but I don't know too much about their lore. You know what I mean? Cause I know Kelly now. Kelly she's a songwriter, and I know she's on a couple of shows or whatever. So is it that she didn't work? How did Kelly's solo albums do anyway? Like, does she have a platinum or gold album? She does. She has a gold. She went gold. Beyonce lives her craft. Yeah, look, if there is one thing that I will say about Beyonce is, hey, she be working. That shit looks exhausting. It does. I would not want to do what Beyonce does, okay? It doesn't look fun. No. Kelly was the only one in the group who did work as much as Beyonce. What is? Oh, it's my brother. My bad. It's my nephew's birthday. He was telling me that he was playing with the toys I got him. Oh, Rihanna? Rihanna? Look, I like Rihanna. I really like Rihanna. I do. Rihanna can't sing. You feel me? Rihanna has a unique voice. She has a unique voice, and I like her voice. But are we not gonna act like she can sing? Like, think about the people that can fucking sing. Like your Aretha Franklins, your Whitney Houstons, your Kelly Rowlands. Like, you know what I mean? I can't think of anybody else off the top of my head. But yeah, no. Shit, even somebody like Tori Kelly can sing. Mariah Carey. Yeah. Why are you telling me ban myself? You are Chris. You're not gonna sit here and act like Rihanna is a strong singer. Who in the chat actually thinks that Rihanna is like a powerful singer? Come on. I stand on that. You just have unpopular. You just have unpopular opinions for real. She's not. See? Celine Dion. See, even Celine Dion. Yeah, Celine Dion be singing. Yeah. Adele can sing her ass off. Who else? And you see, man, y'all gonna make me go on my R&B playlist. Hold up. Who in here? Let's see. I put a short video in Discord you should check out. It's only a minute. Oh, cool. Okay. Let's see. Oh, God. Where'd you put it, Mr. KP? Oh, you put it in general? I ain't gonna say Sade can sing. Sade has a very, like, nice, low voice. I don't know. Like, it's soothing. Oh, shit. Well, Mr. KP. Y'all remember Aaron the Plumber, right? Aaron the Plumber is one of Moosie's favorite content creators. Fun fact. Aaron the Plumber. It looks like we have a quick update on Aaron. Deborah Cox. That's a good one. So this is coming from Twitter. And this says Aaron the Plumber got beat up in his hometown, allegedly for being a snitch. Uh-oh. Ooh, Kiki Wyatt is a good one. Hold up, let me see. Let's see. Oh. Oh, he on his back. Ooh. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That man was getting manhandled. Damn it, Sandra, you said it before I could say it. I was about to say, yeah, and it's been over a year since this man said he was gonna sue me. Over a year. Oh, let's see. Looks like he commented on it.
I'm a 5'6" dudes, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got buttons and chop sueys, man, and nothing gets activated. come on now, man. Line me up. They line me up, man. But that's all good, but ain't nothing wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? Not a blemish on me. You feel me? I'm finna redirect my focus in a real way. This was just a life lesson for your Badesky. But hey, y'all got my views finna go crazy. I'm finna get some money on.
That's not true. It still seemed like you got CTE. That ain't true. I still want you to get checked because you've been getting beat the fuck up like for a while now. Like you're always fighting. And the way that you talk, the way that you act, I just feel like you might have CTE. I don't think you. If it's not CTE, then there's obviously something wrong with you because you're a talking turtle. I don't know about y'all, but I've never seen a talking turtle before until this nigga. My name Aaron the plumber, and I was in the sewers just plumbing shit, and I was originally a turtle, and then this green ooze. It came into the sewer, and then I turned into a ninja turtle. And then I ran into this rat. He called himself a Master Splinter. And I said, I ain't calling nobody no goddamn Master Splinter because I ain't no slave. And he was like, no, not that type of master. I mean the type of master that's going to teach you Kung Fu. And I was like, word, I love Kung Fu. So then I became a Ninja Turtle. And then here we are. My name Aaron the Plumber, and I'm a Ninja Turtle. Hey, man, y'all do not understand how hard it is sometimes to make jokes and to keep a straight face while you doing it. It's very hard. Like sometimes I want to cry laughing. Oh, man. Holy shit. Whew. Yeah, because like I love method acting. I really do. But sometimes, man, I want to lose composure so bad. But yeah, man, I wonder how he snitched or who he snitched on. I'm curious. But there is one thing that I do know. I'm still sitting here unsued. I'm still waiting for me to get a letter in the mail. Now, I've had two people sue me. I had two people threaten to sue me. One was Aaron the plumber. And the other one, I don't know if you guys remember this chick, but do you guys remember the video that I did about the streamer that ran into this very rude chick in New York? And she bumped into him and he was like, yo, you could say, excuse me. And she threw water at him and she started assaulting him. She actually hopped into my DMs on Instagram and said, wow, you're using my TikTok content without my permission. Yeah, I'm going to sue you. Never responded to her because I'm like, I'm not even gonna give this shit energy, like at all. I didn't get a letter from her either. Still very much unsued. And also, you don't know what fair use is. Yeah, it doesn't work that way at all. It's not. She's also she also comes off as a little slow. But yeah. Shout out to Aaron the plumber, man. You know, you keep doing your Ninja Turtle shit. I hope you get to Shredder one day. You feel me? But yeah, guys, I appreciate y'all for rolling through, man. Shout out to all y'all. That was a fun one. Sam, I'm going to do some more digging into that story that we covered because that was wild. Super wild. And the fact that there is more. Oh, I can't wait. Just a quick announcement. I will probably be going live at some point tomorrow on my gaming channel. I'm going to be playing Ninja Gaiden 4, so you guys are not going to want to miss that. I don't know why I'm going to do this, but when it comes to Ninja Gaiden, like that game is notoriously hard, and I'm going to play on hard. You say you should join one of Lucas's live stream panels. I didn't even know that he did live stream panels. I mean, yeah, depending on what the topic is, I mean, sure, why not? Why not? Anyway. You said, I'm probably going to do that around like, let's say 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to go live on the gaming channel. I'll go ahead and also make a post on my YouTube channel as well, just so that you guys know. And yeah, oh, not gonna be streaming next weekend because my mother-in-law is gonna be here, so probably not gonna be streaming. I may stream on my gaming channel, but like having one of these conventional streams, no. But I may go live on Tuesday, and hopefully I'm gonna go live again with Jew, Random, and Logix, because we want to keep doing those lives for you guys. We're trying to at the very least, do that once a month. Maybe twice. But if I don't talk to some of y'all before Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys enjoy it with your loved ones. Just don't forget to say what you're thankful for and all that other good stuff. What's the gaming channel? I got you. I will send you the link. I keep saying I'm gonna set up a bot to tell you guys shit in the chat, but I keep forgetting to do it. It's WattsTV Gaming, but I'm putting it in the chat right now. If you guys haven't subscribed to the gaming channel, make sure that you guys subscribe. Watts, I want to see y'all break down a whole lot of Red, because y'all don't like Cardi, and it's my second favorite album, and I can't accept y'all don't like Cardi. Okay, before I go, I still do not understand the hype with Playboy Cardi. He's not even saying anything. It's just a whole bunch. Thea! Crazy! He's not saying anything. He's not. And I'm not trying to disrespect, but it's not like, when it comes to hip hop, let me put it this way. When it comes to hip hop, I love lyricism. I love storytelling. I love double entendres. I like the intricacy when it comes to music, when it comes to rap, when it comes to hip hop. When people listen to Cardi, is there a bird? The fuck? Oh, I was like, y'all hear that? Oh my gosh. My phone randomly started to play Can You Stand the Rain by New Edition. Okay, hold on. Time out. Okay, real quick. But just tell me one thing that tell me a few things that you like about Playboy Cardi. Because every time I ask what's so special about Playboy Cardi, I get the same answer. It's the vibes, bruh. Cardi be bringing the vibes, bruh. Like, it's just all vibes. I be vibing out. I love Playboy Cardi. I be like, but what is he saying? Bruh, I don't know, but it sound crazy. What sense does that make? His lyrics are to the point. It's like the right but wrong thing to like. I'm confused. He's punk inspired. That's cool, but even like rock, sometimes metal, punk included, I can understand certain things. I can understand it for the most part. It's like Corn but rap almost. No. I'm okay. And see, interesting, Terrence. So you said Uzi is punk inspired, and I like some of Uzi's music. Like Lil Uzi be making, well, he used to make some fire when I was in college. Yeah, man, I don't understand. I don't understand the hype of Playboy Cardi. I really don't. I don't get it. I mean, That's all I can say, man. I don't know. It's just like nobody, and no offense to you, obviously music is subjective, but like even you can't really give me an answer as to why you like Cardi. I mean, you say you like the fusion, fair enough. I guess that's enough. If you like the fusion of like punk and hip hop and rap, then cool. I don't know, but I can't understand what the man is saying. I can't. I'd be so lost. Oh, you hush your mouth. You hush your mouth. Is Sade not low-key vibes based though? No. Her voice is beautiful and I can understand the lyrics. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. All right? Sade is not just vibes. Hell no. It's what she is saying. The kiss of life? Come on, man. I cannot believe you just said that about Sade. Appreciate you, Lone Wolf. Anyway, I could talk to y'all about this stuff forever. He said, okay, I'm done. I'm sorry, Watts. Nothing to apologize for at all. Like, if I'm still having this conversation, that means I want to have the conversation. And you guys may not know this. I like talking about silly shit. I love silly shit. This is silly. And it's fun. And I love hearing different people's opinions about music. And especially about Cardi. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to have to call my sister-in-law's brother. Because he's younger than me. I'm going to have to ask him what the appeal with Playboy Cardi is. Maybe he could explain. Hold on, I might actually do that. Let me call this fool. But then again, watch this man is like, I don't even listen to Playboy Cardi. He might not answer me. Let's see here. What the hell? Where is his number? Well, I guess I ain't calling him because I do. Oh, here it is. Oh, here he is. Watch his ass gonna ignore me.
Your call has been forwarded to voice.
Damn you, Nick. Oh well. All right, I'll log off on that point. I've been bullshitting long enough. I'll see y'all later, man. I'll see you guys under the next video. Peace. Watts needs to apologize to Riri. Never.